All right, so the fourth player that was here is Zach.
For me, that's Shab.
No, it's in alphabetical order, is it not?
Yeah, it's alphabetical, so it's August, Danny, Dragon, me, Zin, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely in alphabetical order.
Hey, Zach, if you decide to mess with me one more time, young man, I will cry and I'm not afraid to. I'm not afraid to cry, alright? Fergie told me that big girls don't cry, but I'm not a big girl, so I'm allowed to cry.
What's that, Fergie?
I don't know. Is that Fergie?
I don't think so. Is
Who's
it?
saying big girls don't cry? I thought that was
Girls.
Big girls
Fergie. That
don't
was
cry.
so long ago.
Oh, correct.
Yeah, it's by Fergie. She just
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, dude. A steel
I got
trap.
got.
My mind is a
Myth?
steel trap.
Miss Black Eyed Peas does Big Girls Don't Cry?
Yeah,
What?
dude, that was like that was forever ago.
Yeah, how did you remember that?
I
what-
know music, sir. I am a connoisseur of all but country. Modern country's garbage.
Weird thing to know. Like, I genuinely couldn't.
I have no shame over music that I did not make. Listening to music did not make me weird.
No, there's nothing weird
I didn't
about
say I like the song, I just know of it. It's a meme.
Oh my.
Hey, Zach,
Okay.
you want to take it away?
Yeah, you want to get us? I mean, I can stay fergalicious all night, but let's.
This is why we never get. This is why we're at session 51 and we haven't even gotten to Meiyerditch yet.
Wait, did Fergie do
happy Pride,
Fergalicious?
I'm gonna cry.
Nah, dude, that was Sting.
Oh, true.
Technically,
the movie?
technically, we're starting.
What the
session
heck is
52.
Fergalicious the movie?
No, you said Sting did it, like the movie. Like, were they like?
Now,
No?
was it before
What do
or
you mean
after his time with
52?
the police?
52?
You
Does that mean we've
counting
been
number
playing for a
0?
year now? Are we playing?
Or are you counting the sub session that we had with like 2 people once?
Well, we've done that twice.
I think
We've done that twice, I think.
Maybe.
Have we been playing for over a year now?
You know, the only
We
thing that
started-
we have to
Well over a
count
year.
is the number of YouTube uploads, so that's what I'm using.
Fair.
But that doesn't include the Peekaboo session, which was the
Oh.
best session.
Thank you for all the share.
Are we live right now?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes, sir.
Oh my god. Sorry, chat. You know, this is an epic
Uh-oh.
gamer moment.
Now we know that DJ so-and-so is somebody's brother.
I mean, everybody's somebody's brother. Hulk Hogan taught me
That is
that.
not at all true.
Jesus
Hulk,
Christ.
Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage taught me that you don't have to be blood to be brothers, brother. The cream always rises to the top.
Oh,
Waiting on that recap.
Dragon Seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zenda's changing the subject, so we ramble so he doesn't have to give a recap.
Oh darn! You have caught me.
Red-handed.
Yeah. So Dermo got them Ivandis weapons and dipped them in the chocolate sauce and the Patterdome as well. Drezel did a prayed for the blessed meal of magic weapons. Dermo brought him back. Blah 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 blah. Did all that. Urluk and Dobson both wanted to figure out where the oh no, that was before. We left. We went back out into the swamp.
Right.
We wanted to figure out what the heck was going on with the
The body.
supposed the body of the supposed priestly warrior. So we went back. Urluk did perform some magic so we could ask him the dead corpse some more questions. We asked our questions, almost had a
Did you write down the questions for Danny just out of character so he knows what Zephylos would have learned?
yes. I will post them in chat. Oh, that did not get formatted at all.
Let's see.
Did it get 3 matted at least?
I mean,
It got
that's not
5
that
matted.
bad.
Oh,
What was it
gosh.
supposed to look like? Oh,
There we go. That's better. Yeah.
It was also originally numbered, but whatever.
Hey yo, his longest response was 5 words.
Nice job, DM.
After that, we searched around the caves just to make sure this wasn't just the burial site for all of the priestly warriors. As far as we could tell, we didn't find any indications that the other priestly warriors were buried there. So we
Repatriated his remains.
we left. Yeah, we left.
We took his remains and tried to get them back, but that didn't happen.
Yeah. Because as we were
Resting.
that night during our rest, the bones that had been unceremoniously shoved into a sack that we were carrying around the swamp, got reanimated by Sliske into an animated skeleton, and then Sliske blew it up.
Because he realized we weren't going to attack it, so he attacked it. And then we pretty much sat down. We were like, we feel bad for you, Sliske. We had like a heart-to-heart with him. We're like, this is kind of pathetic. Like, aren't you a god? Like, you're above this. Like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen, and for anyone, Sliske. Like you're just you're chasing down an old man in the swamp, a goblin, and I mean it's an Aru. And a Gobi. You got better things to do, Sliske. Like, we just felt really bad for him, you know what I mean?
Well, Dobson didn't feel bad for him. Dobson just wanted to know more about how the source of his power, and just had lots of questions for him.
I love that.
But Dobson got no information out of that. It was kind of disheartening. Really.
I think what happened was he realized he was entertaining you, and it was like, I don't think so. But I think that was me catching Zayd a little bit, and I'm like, it seems like he's entertaining the goblin, and then he realized, and then I think Zayd was like, yeah, his answers are getting shorter and shorter. And I'm like, I figured, man, I figured. But I loved how we just like switched we like did a paradigm shift for him, like, oh, now you're the entertainment for us. Like, look, you reanimated the skeleton, you're answering all our questions, you gave us a fire show, and it's like, who's entertaining who, Sliske? It's like, okay, he's like, well, I'm gonna head out now. Like, Sliske literally was like, I'm gonna head out, and I was like, yeah, buddy, we bet. See you around.
Well, then he gave Urlach some entertainment.
Yeah, that was awful.
Oh yeah.
I thought I was dying.
Dobson just had more questions about that.
Right.
Yeah.
He put me in a mind prison, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then when Urlach got out, he had he was all fired up, and he gave us the speech.
Yeah, I gave a big old speech, which boosted morale for the party, because I'm amped up about, what was I amped up about?
I don't know, I didn't write down your speech.
Ah, shit, I improv'd it, because it was like, of the moment, right? Mm-hmm. My notes were just gave a motivational speech at the end, which gave everyone Beacon of Hope buff. Dang. I think it was in relation to like killing something. I think it was no, it was the vampires. I think it was about the vampires and getting this getting Ivandis how much effort he was going through to get rid of these remains, like further emphasized Urlach, and like this whole endeavor was like justified in his head, was like, this is obviously bothering Sliske so much. Every moment he spends here messing with us is time he's not spent doing something more important. So like Urlach saw this whole thing as a win, if I recall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He said the word win about 32 times, if I had to remember.
Not 30. I mean, I did tell Dobson, and pretty much what I said there was like, because we were trying to repair some of the bones if we could, trying to figure out what remains were like still, worth putting away, because we're bringing this corpse back, damn it. But yeah, I was like, think about it. I'm like, we're nobody, and this guy's a god, and he's spending so much time making sure we don't do this one thing. I'm like, how is that not a win, right? How many mortals do you know that can demand the time of a god this persistently? Am I wrong, though, Zephylos? You know what I mean? You get me, Danny?
Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, so, like, we shifted it on him, and then, yeah, that's when Davi was asking a million questions. I love it. And it's like, he's here because he wants to be here, you know? Anyways, but yeah, we're now carrying the partially, I'd say mostly scorched remains of what we can only suspect is Ivandis. And I can assume that DM burned the body because he saw it as a resource for us to go back, and we were bringing it back out of the wilderness. Totally get that. I mean, I just want to make sure that he gets put with his buddies. That's what he said he wanted, right? He wants to be buried with his comrades.
Yeah, he did say that he
That's what he wanted.
I think the question is, would you have wanted?
Yeah, where did you want to get buried?
Where did you want? Yeah.
He said with your comrades or something like that. Because
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's the purpose of me taking him out of the swamp, really.
Can I what?
If you would have said like here in the swamp, I'd been like cool, and left him there. You know what I meant? I'm not gonna like.
Give me 1 sec, you guys. I'll be right back.
But that's where we're at. Danny.
Okay, 1 Mississippi.
2 Mississippi.
Oh, hey guys, I have a quick question.
That was a slow question. For a quick question, you need to be faster. You can say like, I have a quick question. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Like, get it out. You know what I mean? Like, say it. Try again.
Hey there, guy.
That's certainly not a quick question, my friend. You need to speed it up, or you need to rephrase what you had to say, which is, I have a medium speed question.
Hey there, guys. I have a slightly below average speed question.
Hit us with it.
Does my microphone sound any different than normal?
Yeah, it's normal, better than earlier.
Better than earlier.
Yeah, earlier you didn't sound good at all.
Like depending on each week.
I mean, it sounds about the same, I guess. Does it sound different to you?
It sounds more clear than it did a little while ago.
Yeah, earlier it was bad. It sounded like if your mic earlier was a dog, I'd have put it down.
Okay.
Oh.
And how much background noise are you guys getting? Like, do you guys normally hear my background noise and stuff, or is it pretty?
Like besides your wife in the background, and then your kids sometimes, and like all the clutter in between, and like your neighbors and the cars passing, and like yeah, it's a good mic.
No, not the mic. I'm talking because I have like the noise reduction. So
No,
you should.
we can't hear him. Yeah, we can't hear him. I don't think.
Like clicking and stuff. Like I'm clicking and stuff. You can't hear it.
I mean, I hear it when you're talking and you're clicking.
Right.
Or if, like, yeah, I mean, it picks it up. It's not gonna pick it up by itself, I don't think. But like, if you're doing something else, it picks it up.
I'll have to figure out a setup I can do.
I am back.
Welcome
Welcome.
back, you know.
All right, let's get started. Where the hell did we leave off?
We
Can
just did the
someone
recap. We just did the recap, Tim.
40 minutes in, we need to recap again.
40 minutes in. Sheesh. To be fair, it'd be 30 minutes in if we didn't have to wait for somebody every session.
He's talking about me.
Well, no,
So-
I'm not talking about me.
Oh shit! Thank God, I thought he was talking about me.
I believe we left off with Sliske having exited the scene. The body of the corpse of Ivan, or really it's just bones. The skeleton of Ivandis having been destroyed in a fiery explosion.
Mostly destroyed.
Mostly, we did get
Mostly
spotted.
destroyed.
Yeah.
Which you were somewhat desperately attempting to piece back together as much as you could. That is where we start.
I will get back into Patadermis, damn it, and will be in the good graces of Saradomin. I am a pragmatic Zerothian, and I will figure out where this fucking puzzle goes. I'll talk to the corpse, the next corpse, and the next one. Come at me, Sliske. Burn them all, baby. Let's go.
Okay.
Anyways,
What's the state of the skeleton?
it's burnished.
So, significant portions of it have been pulverized into dust and ash.
Sorry.
including most of the skull, and yeah, about you managed to piece back together like maybe a quarter of it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I figured.
I said skeleton. I meant to specifically ask about the skull, but that answers that question.
Yes. The skull is... Yeah, I did answer that question.
At least it's gonna get back where it belongs, you know? So we're making our way back then.
Okay.
I don't see a reason why. It's nighttime, but yeah.
We don't have any real proof that this is the skeleton of Ivandis.
I mean, you wrote down what you wrote down, didn't you? You wrote down all his answers? Who else would know that?
Those answers aren't very specific.
Yeah, but Urluk's not very smart. He just knows that those answers are enough.
I'm very smart, and I'm saying those answers are not very specific.
There we go.
Yeah, that's. I think Dobson was also
Dobson's
bring up
smart
like
too.
Yeah, but we're gonna get
Big
there and be
brain.
like, we're gonna get there and explain everything, and then like, what are they gonna say? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, a god did that, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Dig up a bunch of bones after helping you guys this much? We're gonna dig up a bunch of bones and then burn them just to prove a point that neither of us know.
Like,
how dense can Drezel be? You know what I mean? Like, how dense can the man be?
Drezel already admitted that yes, we have probably spoken to somebody who maybe they believes they're Ivandis, but there's no proof that we've actually spoken to Ivandis because Drezel believes Ivandis is buried under the temple.
Yeah, but how dense can the man be?
Well, the answers we got out of this most recent interaction are not any
Not
further
very helpful.
proof that
Yeah,
would
they're not
convince Drezel.
They're not
Hold on.
super helpful.
Point. He's a Ceridimant.
Yeah.
You're asking how dense it be.
Oh, yeah.
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 Well, I mean,
Yeah.
by that token, you could just. Never mind.
I got an idea though, DM.
Yeah.
Because hear me out, how would this work? I could locate object his corpse, and if it's not the item we're carrying, then I'm not familiar with his corpse. Because the magic doesn't know the difference, right?
Locate object.
If it's within 1,000 feet of me, it would be the corpse we're carrying. If it's not that, then they might be right, and then we don't have to do all this. Am I right? No?
So
It has to be an object you're familiar with, though.
That's what I'm saying.
I think this
I'm
is
familiar.
kind of like
I'm quite
a...
familiar with his corpse now. If this is it, if this isn't the magic doesn't know if I know this is the corpse or not.
I think this is kind of a Pinocchio sort of situation where you couldn't ask Pinocchio do unicorns exist, and then that whether or not his nose grows just presents the truth. I think it has to be like you have to know. It has to be based on like what you. I don't know. Is it?
The magic of the spell locates. If I say locate object Stone of Jazz and it's not within 1,000 feet of me, and I know what the item is, it's not going to just locate an item that looks like it. It's going to locate the item that I mean, right?
I don't know, because
I've never used the spell for this, but I'm thinking now, like the magic of it, would it not know what the item is, and if it's not this corpse I'm carrying, if this isn't Ivandis' corpse, it wouldn't locate this item, right? It would know.
I will point out it's part of the divination school, which lets you know knowledge you may not otherwise know.
That's kind of a point, right? Thanks, Zach.
Read what it says.
But now I'm curious. Do I need to prepare that and give it a go? Because I can find me a forked twig on this trip back.
The spell can locate a specific object known to you as long as you've seen it up close.
Which
once.
is or isn't this corpse we're carrying around. If it isn't, it's not going to locate this item, and then I know not to carry it. Whatever this is, it's liar, and that tells me all the information it told us is either maybe not true too, and the weapons we just made are useless, possibly. It tells us a lot of information, so doing this might be big.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
So the way that I'm thinking is that it is trying to locate something that you are familiar with it. With so if you understand that if you believe that these bones are the bones of Ivandis, and you cast the spell and you say find the bones of Ivandis, then it will find the thing that you are familiar with as the bones of Ivandis. However, if for some reason you believed that the bones of a cat were the bones of Ivandis, and you said, find me the bones of Ivandis, then it would find the thing that you understand to be that, which is the bones of a cat, even though that's not true. I feel like that's how it would...
I feel like that defeats part of the purpose of
it's looking
this
for what you understand to be the object. Because
I-
that's the only way that you can specify what you're looking for.
I would have agreed with you until I saw that it was part of the divination school. That's the thing that makes, because like
So
that's kind
does
of the
this
whole
spell
point
just
of-
become like a truth serum then?
or an
Yeah,
item.
that's,
It's a.
I feel like
yes/no
that's
on an
reaching
item.
outside of the intended
it might-
power capabilities of this spell.
For this, I definitely agree with Dragon's Aid more. I don't think it being divination, just on that merit alone, would give more info than what the parameters of the spell are. I do agree that like an item that you're familiar with doesn't necessarily just mean that you've seen it.
Because
Like,
then it's.
I think it's
but
a certain
that's-
level of
But
understanding.
the spell does two things, and what you're describing is the second thing. And I'm not asking for the second thing. I'm asking for the first thing. The second thing is alternative. You can find an object nearest to the object I'm describing. It's not what I'm asking for. I'm asking for the corpse of Ivandis, which would be.
Right.
It would either locate this item I'm carrying.
So
or
it's
it would-
gonna. My argument is, I think that this spell would find what you think is the corpse of Ivandis, regardless of whether you are correct.
I think with a lot of these situations,
I can
when
see
we
that.
have a debate of like what a spell does and what it
I mean, I
doesn't,
guess I can see that.
I think what we have to also keep in mind is there a spell that actually does it, and that's the purpose of the spell.
Right.
And the
it's
answer
just
for
a-
that would be yes. It'd be legend lore.
What the hell is legend? lore,
Never
dude?
heard of
Legend lore
I'm not
is
wizard enough to know all
a
these
divination spell where essentially you get the lore of a very important item.
Yeah.
So legend lore would tell us if this corpse is of legendary importance and what it is.
It's 5th level divination. Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, that's
Information you learn is accurate.
a fair point. There's
Yeah.
definitely other spells that are actually meant to
so I
tell
get what
you
you're
information that you might not know.
Locate
And
an
I
object.
feel like
I'm describing
I
something.
feel like-
Legend lore is
yeah.
confirmation of an item I'm carrying. Hey, is
Yeah.
legend lore on this? Okay, it is what we think it is. Got
I
it.
like the creative thinking, but I feel like it's just overstepping the
No, I
boundaries
get.
of the
I didn't know
spell.
legend lore even existed.
There's a lot of divination spells that are like really cool, but like nobody takes them.
Super niche, right?
Oh, legend
Yeah,
lore
'cause
is
they're
usually
usually
one of
niche.
the best ones. But the downside is it costs money to cast it.
Yeah, it's 300
Ooh.
gold, I think.
Oh
right?
yeah,
I see that.
ouch. That's a
Um,
late campaign spell for sure.
Yeah, but it'd be a good one. I'm still gonna take this corpse back. I don't care what Drezel has to say about it. We can, you know what we can do actually? We can prepare the charm person spell. Oh wait, we already have it
Uh-oh.
prepared always because I'm a trickery cleric. So we're just gonna charm Drezel when we get there. Anyone have an issue with that?
That should
Alas?
go over well with all the guards.
I mean,
I'd like to actively not participate.
let's
in that.
charm him. Let's
Yeah,
charm him.
All right, start rolling that fourth
I'm gonna
character,
charm
bro.
him to death.
Fourth character, let's go.
I'll just fine. We'll disguise.
He's gonna be put in jail. You have to make another Zerosian.
We'll disguise Cephalos as a Ceradominus guard, just like them, and we'll say what these. We'll have him show him saying what these guys have to say is the truth,
he
confirming
literally
it.
said he wants no part.
Fine, fine, Cephalos, be boring. No part of my tricks. If we're gonna fight Drezel, I'll prepare combat spells. Wait, what?
Eh.
So if you're telling me if Drezel did the locate object spell, it would find the corpse under Paradise.
Well, he he probably hasn't seen Dressel's bones because they were
No.
buried hundreds of years ago. So that wouldn't really
He
work for
could
him.
name an object that's familiar to him. It would be
So the spell
copy.
defines familiar as you've seen it within 30 feet, which he's not. So it wouldn't really.
That's fair.
That's not even applicable.
So he hasn't even been down
If
there.
someone had seen the exact remains,
So he's
then
not even been
yes,
down
that would
there.
work.
Then. Like this is like a sacred place, is what he was saying. Like no one's been down. No one goes down there ever.
that's
Not
that's
even
the
to
vibe that
pay
you got from him. Yes.
respects.
They're buried like under. I mean, it's like
Yeah,
do
lots of
you
people
dig
bury
up
things
a coffin and open it when it's
I be-
underground to
I
pay your
dig up
respects to
lots.
your grandma? Like what?
Is it?
You-
Yeah.
you go to her
well,
grave.
Don't
you
go
made it-
and look at the bones.
You made it sound like it was like a what do they call it? The I just had a brain fart.
The Great Wall of
Catacombs.
China.
Like a catacombs under the church,
Yeah,
which isn't that atypical.
yeah. But
So if
nobody's
it's a
been near
But
the
if it's a
bones.
catacombs, you can just go down in there and like see the graves. People get lost walking around in catacombs.
Although I would agree that even if he had seen like the gravestone, of
Yeah,
where
he
they're
wouldn't be
buried,
familiar. He wouldn't be familiar with the body, right?
No,
Yeah.
the object is the actual
Yeah.
physical remains.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like if we both were familiar with two different items with the same name, the spell would work differently for both of us. It would locate his version, and I would locate my version.
It would locate, like I said before, it would locate what you understand to be the thing, because
And
that's
then-
how you're describing it to the magic of the spell.
Right. Okay.
It
so,
locates something that you describe.
so we could both. So
based on
people
your
could ask it the
description.
same thing in the same room and get different answers based on what they believe.
They could, yeah. If somebody thought,
So
yeah.
it is a true serum in some way. It's just a very specific one. You have to find a weird niche way to use it.
No, that's not finding the truth. It's based on.
Well,
what
if
you
somebody
think.
believes something, you know what I mean? Like you could be like, all right, we're gonna both cast the same spell, and if we get different answers, one of us is like misunderstanding something here, right?
Maybe.
You get what I'm saying though? How it's like, yeah. But then
Anyway.
I'm just like I just learned a new way of this spell, so I'm gonna like that's neat. I learned of a new spell, so thanks, Danny. Anyways, back to where we were.
Cool.
We're carrying
Back
this
to our
torch back.
regularly scheduled programming.
Our nonsense, right?
Okay. Going back to Powder Domus.
Yeah.
One day.
So
2 days.
my
3
my
yep.
the point that I was trying to make is, why go all the way back there if we have no proof, and he's probably not going to accept this skeleton?
Right.
Back you go.
Well, I'm carrying
Um,
the skeleton.
Ah,
either
yes.
way.
Got to get back to the real argument.
I don't. And this is like Dobson that would be making this argument. I don't see the point of trudging all the way back there if we're like not going to get anything out of it, and I don't think we've gotten enough proof to make Dressel believe that these are Ivandis's bones.
But I'm convinced. It doesn't matter what that dense old man believes. I'm calling him old man. That dense young man believes.
Well,
Is
that's
it-
not gonna.
His
If he doesn't-
ignorance does not disprove what we know, and I'll gesture to your generic answers you got.
But if he doesn't agree with what we have, nothing is going to change. We're not going to be able to see what's down there. We haven't been able to find a way down there on our own. We need him to get down there, or wherever they're buried.
So what?
And-
We leave it out here for Siske to continue to mess with.
No, we take it with us for now. But I mean, there's just I don't see the point of going back to Paterdomus right now when this isn't going to change his mind.
I could prepare a zone of truth and tell him this whole story within it. Then he would know.
He would know what we believe. That doesn't mean it's verifiable truth.
It's true. We need empirical evidence.
So what do you propose?
I propose personally that we have no means of empirical evidence with what we currently
Yet.
have available to us.
I'll gesture to the goblin. I'll say, yet.
Yes.
Yes.
So I
So-
suggest we deal in the realms of what is possible. We're very, very late to obligations made to the individuals in Meiyerditch. That's something we have power over. That's something we can control. This is, again, currently beyond our grasp.
Well, I'm carrying the remains regardless. They're not to be left out here in the swamp.
Absolutely.
That's completely fine. Yes.
And I'm like strapping the remains back in, and I'm gonna say, does one of you have a means to lock it? Not that it means a damn with a god running around.
Couldn't you just tie the mouth of the bag closed?
It's been a long day, Dobson, as I tie it up. We tied it up last time, and that did not work.
Was it?
Fine. I'll think, and I'll say, I don't remember, Dobson, it's been a long day, okay?
So, something tells me Sliske is not gonna. He doesn't seem to like repetitiveness. He likes new tricks.
I put it in a different pouch, didn't you see?
Well, now you're just inviting chaos.
I put it back in the same pouch. It's been a long day, Dobson.
There you go.
And I left it open. I locked it lock it again.
Same pouch, but tie it shut this time. That we're
I
good
did,
then.
I
Okay,
did.
we're good. We're good. We can go on our merry
don't
way.
animate themselves. He got them from my pouch. Did you see how far away it was?
Yeah, well,
Just because my bags weren't saddling doesn't mean they weren't secure.
speaking of
Weren't
how do you reach around to saddle your own bag? How does that? Can you like?
Pulling your notebook out?
Does your Does your torso turn like an owl's neck so you can get to your bags on your back, or are you just ridiculously flexible?
Like a
Double jointed?
like a worn out parent after a double shift and picking up their kid from school, and I'll say, it's been a long day, Dobson. Like this, and I'll gesture me reaching behind my back to my pouch. It's not that hard. My arms are longer than they look. I just keep them curled up like a mantis. Because I'm always praying, you see. You like that?
Oh yeah, that was good. Okay, back to sleep. It is the middle of the night.
Ocean of clear dimension.
This one's on me.
Oh shit, it's a freebie. It's a freebie from the divines.
It just appears. And
I'm in shambles right now, dude. How to destroy a player with one potion. You ruined half my backstory if I can remember everything.
Okay, well, Dobson
Oh.
goes back to sleep.
So you go back to sleep. No more Majorat disturb you. That is until Khazard shows up at okay, so
Yeah, wrong section.
get up the next day. Oh yeah, August exists.
Yeah, I like
Get
to be
up the
quiet.
next day. And which way are you headed?
We have a mission, or we have a mission.
Well, we also need to check in on the Meiyerditch, right? Because we were on a time frame.
That is our
No.
mission.
Myreque, yeah.
Yep.
So,
I think we've
besides,
expended this corpse thing as much as we can out here. We should definitely do the Meiyerditch before we spend too much time out here, because we
older, let's be honest.
yeah.
Yeah, the bones will be fine as long as they don't reanimate every night. That'd be super annoying, but
Well, they can't now. They're too
Well, that's a
destroyed.
cool idea. Hang on, let me get my words
Yeah,
out.
right. Liam's
Write that
writing it
down,
down.
write that down.
Write that down.
yeah. So I mean, as long as we just keep them on us and keep an eye on them, we should be fine to just continue our adventure normally.
DM, that next morning, when we wake up, I will have changed my spells up a bit, obviously, during the long rest. And I will take Speak with Dead off my prepare, as I do not see myself using it
Cool.
today. Yeah. And I'll replace it with create food and water. And this morning, all of you will wake up to Urluk cooking a hefty meal. Like, probably one of the biggest meals we've had out here in the longest time, just because of how much effort it takes for Urluk to prepare this spell, so to speak. And there will be 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of fresh water.
30 gallons.
It's
Yeah.
all gonna spoil in a day.
And all of you will feast up this morning, and we'll leave the rest to the spirits that are so hungry out here, is what he'll say. He said we'll leave some to the spirits out here as well.
Yum.
But the water's clean, doesn't go bad, so I'll tell them to whatever they're carrying upend their canteens, and I'll blast a little magical cleaning in there. You know what I mean? Little.
What's happening?
my medicinal kit, and then we'll put some fresh, clean water in there for everyone to have, because who knows how long. Urluk's just like, yesterday was a big day, and he saw a lot of terrible things in his nightmares, and he wants to just have a fresh morning. So he's starting off fresh with some fresh food and water with the party.
Yeah, I refill my water skin, of course. What kind of food did you create?
I created an
all
abundance. I created an abundance of. It's about 70% fresh produce. You'll see a lot of various cacti. You'll see a lot of different kinds of. Quite honestly, you'll see it might be odd to you, but you'll see kebabs made, pork kebabs, and you'll see what looks like some kind of reptile, maybe, on a stick.
Now, here's an interesting question.
It'll
When you-
quench you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got yeah, there it is. Cactus juice. It'll quench.
It's the quenchiest.
It's the
when
quench.
you
It's got
create-
electrolytes.
when you
We
create
literally just
Right.
went to the same place, Dragon. Listen, electrolytes are what plants crave.
It's got Urluk's got electrolytes.
so
It's
when you
what plants
create
crave.
It's what
food,
plants. It's what the party
food
craves.
does it where does it get the food from? Like, what is it constituted of?
That's
The-
the thing
the
is
spell?
that's a spell. Yeah, that's a spell that doesn't have any. There's no like.
It comes out of thin air, basically.
It's a conjuration spell. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of what the school of conjuration do.
Wait, it's Where are you conjuring it from?
That's my question, because like you're creating meat, and meat normally come from animals. So is this technically vegan meat?
You're conjuring it from, like, the Breakfast Kingdom.
You understand
of
that we
Adventure
have
Time or something.
we have conjuration magic in real life, and it's called science, and we're already printing meat that tastes literally identical and is like atomically.
There is no conjuration in science, only transmutation.
Science
Alright,
is
can I-
magic.
Can I burst this bubble a little bit? May I?
Please.
As the
Yeah.
resident person who memorizes spells,
Yeah, what's
I'm not
where does
mistaken.
it come from?
if I'm not mistaken, produce food and water, the food is flavorless.
Yeah, I have seasonings.
It is bland but nourishing.
Right.
Yeah, he literally has cumin in his character sheet. You got
I have
nothing.
all sorts of seasonings. That's what I'm saying.
You
Like
got
I have.
nothing.
That's what I'm saying. It's like desert.
He's got hot
Got it.
sauce.
The food I produce is like, it nourishes you, but I have seasonings. I have a couple different seasonings. Yeah, it's not enough to make it delicious, but it's way better than what we've been eating out here for the last week.
That's fair.
A little seasonings go a long way.
Salt and pepper, and some hot sauce. I literally was in the army for 4 years. Salt, pepper, and hot sauce is all you need to survive seasoning wise. Got a bottle of Tabasco, you can make any meal kind of not suck.
You know what? For me, it would be just
Most
be a jar of
flavorful
mayonnaise.
white people food.
I mean, they come in all the MREs, so you just dump it on the back of that. You know what I mean? Whatever they give you, you use. Uncle Sam gives it to you, you use it. You understand? Anyways, sidebar again. But you get what I'm saying. Like it would be a feast compared to what we've been eating. There would be bits of ration and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I would maybe I collab with Dermo. Dermo, you want to put some we could collab whatever you fuck it, dude. We're preparing a feast.
I hate to say this, but I want to try everything.
It's all rather bland and tastes of pepper and salt and hot sauce, but it's there and it's filling us up. And it's
Land
hot.
doesn't
and it's
Flavorless.
hot. Bland isn't flavorless, right? It's just dulled down, right?
Hey, look, my mom cooked for about 22 years for my
Here's
life.
I would love to hear the story, but a sidebar. Now that we just had a sidebar.
And I
Anyway.
know about bland food.
Much of this is gonna get wasted. Yeah, I mean, fair. I get that. But much of this is gonna get wasted, and we'd leave it for the spirits. DM, like I said.
Oh yeah, actually, now that I remember, you're in the swamp, my boy. So,
Would it
in
produce less?
fact, you produce about 20% of the expected amount of food from the spell.
Ooh, okay. So 20% would feed.
Actually, let's go 25 because we made Goodberry go from 10 to
Yeah.
1d4, which is
That's
25%.
like 5 people or
So
so.
it would feed 3 3/4 people, right? So it should still feed us.
15 people, right?
And I said
Did you
I
say
said
it was
I-
like 40 pounds of food?
45 pounds. 45 pounds that'll sustain up to 15 humanoids or 5 steeds for 24 hours. So
Oh, 15 humanoids.
25% of the 16 is
Yeah.
4 people.
Just
so.
under 4 people.
Yeah, and I
okay.
said I supplemented it with an MRE, didn't I? I said I put a ration in there,
Okay,
Well-
yeah.
right? Good.
You would have
Sure.
seen by now. Dobson literally never eats or drinks anything.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Can we
Um,
talk-
I will.
like-
All right. Well, having cooked this meal, I would have asked why
I
he's not.
forgot about that.
Why he's not eating. I'll ask.
That was one of you asked that very early on.
Yeah, I'll ask
Um,
again.
And he'll kind of like touch the necklace that he wears. Oh yeah, this lets me not have to eat or drink.
May I look at it?
Are you okay?
I heard Shabs. I didn't hear Dermo.
Is this a curse or are you okay? Like,
Yeah, no, I'd rather not.
Yeah, you see Erluk's eyes look at the
Suddenly
map.
it makes sense why you found him in the middle of the swamp and he was totally fine.
snack or is this like you don't crave food whatsoever?
Well, I don't crave food, normally beyond my natural requirements. And I tap the necklace. This makes sure I don't need to even do that.
So you're wearing the necklace of Slim Fast?
Do you mind
What?
if I, just out of curiosity, cast
I had asked to look at it before all that. But yeah.
Um,
Oh, I thought that was kind of funny, but whatever.
well, I as a player, I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Dobson doesn't know what the fuck Slim Fast is, but DM question: what happens if I take it off?
If you take it off,
You die.
First,
I don't think that you would instantly shrivel up like that one guy in Indiana Jones, but you would probably become really hungry,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and then you would need to eat within like a day, or you would
I'll say
begin starving.
eat, and I can look at it.
I'm imagining that Dobson will have at some point in the years taken it off like once, and he would notice
he takes off when
and
he's
know that it would not instantly kill
Yeah.
him. I'm not sure though.
Probably.
Like, could I take it off to let somebody look at it and then take it back and put it back on?
Said
without
within a
having-
day, so like a minute or two wouldn't be like.
totally fine.
Yes, you would be able to do that.
Are you Tony Stark and this is like your heart? Like what's going on here?
Limited issue, like, can he just
it-
take it off and put it back on like once a day and he's satiated again?
What? No, it doesn't feed him. It just prevents him from being hungry or needing food. So if he takes it off, it's instantly something. It sounds like something he needs to have or he needs to eat.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah. It sounded like if he doesn't eat. Yeah, right.
He may well have.
Hey, DM, could I take some of my herbs and grind them to try and make like a spice? Is that a thing you can do?
Yeah.
That is how
You can
many
flavor
spices
things.
are made.
Yeah,
That
that
is-
that's,
you got some oregano?
Anybody who
Yeah.
wants to add seasoning that can. I did what I could with it. But yeah, I will ask to look at the necklace while you enjoy this delicious warm food.
Well, it doesn't sound like I need to eat right away, so I'll just let you look at it and then take it back. And then I think Zephylos also had a question.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a check on it. Can I check it out? See what it says?
Sure,
Like
yeah.
what I figure out about it.
my inquiry was casting Identify.
Yeah, then if you're gonna suggest that, I'll hand it to Zephylos and I'll say, do tell us what you find out. I am curious. And I'll say, we'll hand it back in just a moment, young one.
I mean,
All right, grab him. We're not gonna give
Is
it
your
back.
stomach growling already?
probably a little bit, but I'm just like, I mean, while handing it over, I mean, I already told you what it does. I guess I don't. But...
I just want to see like
We need to
fully
find out
check it
why
out.
it works. 'Cause we've never seen this before.
Yeah,
Kinda
none of us have seen this magic.
You're kind of like, holy shit, that works.
I'll hand you my circlet, and I'll be like, check this out. Distract them for a minute.
Can I show someone my my torch? I don't know. I don't have anything. Cool. Oh, you guys got cool shit.
We're just gonna swap around items.
You don't have anything cool?
I really don't. The best thing I have is a star map, and no one gives a shit about the stars.
What stars?
Dermo, did we see the stars this morning?
Hey, DM.
Bummer.
Don't make me answer.
Bummer.
I am thoroughly depressed, but that's okay. I don't. Yeah, I literally have nothing. If you go into my inventory, I have my staff that I use to hit things, and I have a sprig of mistletoe, which is my my focus. But
Nice.
that's it.
If only there was a way to forage around your location for.
Oh, I have a shit ton of like herbs and stuff, but like no magical items.
If only there was a way to forage around your location for natural items.
Well, yeah, I just do that to get herbs. So it wouldn't natural items give me like a magical item?
No, you get. I was just teasing.
Yeah, cause
but yeah, we're seasoning it best we can in a swamp, DM. It's clear we're all putting all hands. It's more seasoned than goblin food, I imagine. What do goblins season their food with? Rocks? Or is that's trolls? Trolls season with rocks. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, what is
Wait, yeah,
torso?
that literally is troll.
It literally is. Yeah.
A kebab.
I mean, the kebab, even a bland kebab would pretty much have a little bit of flavor, I'd imagine.
I like the pizza argument. Even bad pizza is still
Bad
pizza.
pizza. Yeah, exactly. It's a free feast in the middle of a swamp. You guys aren't complaining. You know what I mean?
No, I wouldn't complain anyway because I'm too nice.
How many days? We have 3 days left out of the swamp. What is our plan? We have to go to the Myreque, right?
Yeah, where are you headed?
Yeah, Myreque.
Myreque. Yeah, we had to go talk to them because we've been gone for a minute, and we also need to figure out what we're doing next.
Okay, so you're gonna stop in Bergderot then?
And maybe they have. I'll ask Dobson if there was any information in that book he read about the Myreque.
I don't recall there being anything.
And I don't think mine did either.
Cool.
Alright, yeah, we're just heading back. I'm just like maybe thinking
Alright.
to help us in some way if I did.
So, one day we'll get you here. Then you'll be just about out of the swamp to make it, assuming that you don't go through Morton, but you could if you wanted, actually. Next day would be
Why to
there.
be reminded of our failures, GM?
Yeah, to be reminded of the, the failure.
Let's do that black fog really well. That's super nice.
What's that?
Like when you move our token through a dark area, how it like cuts it out.
It's
It's pretty nice.
satisfying.
Yeah, it is. It actually really is. Hey guys, can we just take like a minute to just walk around the
Yeah,
entirety?
can we just take like 3 days to get these little slivers of... Okay, so let me mark that path really quick because I found more and more that it's actually super useful to know exactly
Oh yeah.
where
Oh, yeah.
and when you guys stopped at different locations.
Yeah, I like how we didn't even take the bridge. We just walked through the water.
There's not actually a bridge there.
Let's say on the walk back, having moved around some stuff in the saddlebag, you'll realize that Urlach has pulled out a flute-like instrument and has begun practicing on day 2 of the trip back.
Oh, good.
Oh God! At first it was a whole now it's a flute.
It is an instrument that, if you'd like to give an investigation, you'd learn quickly he is not proficient in.
Let me roll this. Yeah, investigation. You said.
Almost everything you roll will tell you he's not proficient in it.
I know. No, I think
You might think he's proficient in it.
it's pretty good.
I might be invoking fear in the rest of you. As I play my instrument.
So, you arrive back at Berg de Rot, and let's see. At the you see I mean, it looks pretty much like it had been before. It's a very rundown, not empty but not lively village. Most people huddle around small fires, scavenge around for food, and so you make it back to where the Myreque have refurbished a sort of like little cellar, as you would recall being in previously. And so there you are. Available to talk to you guys once again are Polmafi and Valiaf, who will be glad to see you. Valiaf will welcome you back, and he'll say, "Well, how's it been going? Last that we heard, you had some news about a I forget how much you told them. You told them that you found a weapon. I don't know that you specified what exactly it was."
Yeah, it's a gun, actually.
Oh shit.
This Glock on the side. I don't know what that means, but it's really powerful.
So no one's gonna have an issue with me practicing my bungee for 4 hours.
I'll have no issue with it because I'm not from this plane, and the Gobi are normally extremely annoying anyway, so I think that it wouldn't bother me much. The other two, I don't know.
I don't think Dobson would would say anything.
Zephylos just fucking crush his dreams. This is what he wants.
Yeah, just crush it and be like, yeah, it's awful. I can't do 4 hours of this. It's not good. It's not. Can I do a performance, DM, to see? I'm not proficient in it. Can I do a performance though? See if it's
What
like.
are you doing?
I'm playing my punji, my
You
flute.
want dirty talk from
Oh, yeah.
I'm an old man with a hobby.
Yeah,
Why
go
not?
ahead.
I guess I have a +1 mod.
+1.
Hey, that's not the worst.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that was my practicing. Can you tolerate 4 hours of it, Zephylos? Because I'll mark 4 hours. I'm gonna spend the 25 gold and reads and stuff to like practice proficiency and get better at Punji.
Well, here's what you guys understand. Zephylos spent a significant amount of time in the Caridia, so he's used to this music.
He's probably heard some like way better played versions of this. Yeah, I would be playing like snake charming music, almost.
Yeah, so like this is fine. He's going to tolerate it.
All right, I'll go ahead
I
and
like
say
your entire thing was like, I'm gonna annoy them, and then all of us are fine with it.
Yeah.
I'll spend the 25 gold when I hit 40 hours of practice, which is like a week. Because you have to spend 25 gold a week learning a skill.
How many weeks is it to do that?
It's a downtime thing, and I imagine traveling, I can actually do this while traveling.
Yeah, that's
I'm listening and playing.
fine.
I don't need. Yeah, it's not like I'm learning how to make potions. It's like one of those things. But yeah, it says I think I have to spend 25 gold a week to gain proficiency in whatever you're doing.
How many weeks though?
However many weeks it takes. So like today I got 4 hours in. So when I hit 40 weeks or 40 hours, that's how many hours you can practice in a week. I assume I'll spend 25 gold in reeds or whatever I said. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what I would be spending it on, but I assume it's a wood instrument, so reeds is probably a big part of it, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just following the downtime rule for it, and I figure it's an instrument I can
My
practice.
question was how much time is it supposed to take to get to proficiency level?
It's supposed to take, if I'm not mistaken, 300 hours downtime to gain proficiency.
God.
So it's going to be
Okay.
it's going to be about 250 gold long run to get proficiency in it.
Hey,
Okay.
I hate to stop,
yeah.
but are you
But it's something I'm
sure
gonna whittle away at over time.
you could maybe become proficient in like stock market trading or like I don't know, like murdering bad guys or something. But this,
I don't have enough time for such things.
Okay. DM, could I become proficient in earplugs?
That takes less than 25 gold a week and less than 300 hours, I believe.
Yeah,
It'll get better. It wasn't that bad. My performance wasn't that bad.
I think it's better. It's gonna become worse though, because it's like, okay, we get it.
Yeah, I mean, earplugs aren't bad if you're like not wanting to listen to 300 hours of it. But
I'll do the Shrek thing with the earwax.
Nephilis doesn't mind, and Dobson seems to enjoy it. So you're kind of just looking like the jerk here, Dermo.
I didn't say Dobson enjoyed it.
I just heard Dobson enjoyed it, is what I heard. We clip that. Alright. Welcome to my Punji talk.
Cool.
I marked it. 4 hours practice. Getting it. We are in a room with the Myreque.
Yes.
Or what remains of them.
So you've made it back to Berg de Rot, and have the opportunity to update with Valioff and the rest of the Myreque here. And I gotta make sure I know what happened with the Myreque that were sent away, because I had them in here. They're not actually here. Okay. I think I got them. Yeah. Wait. Did I get them? Who did they send? Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, so Valioff will greet you when you arrive. He's like, okay, you mentioned that you found something important. Let's hear the details.
Yes, man. We have crafted not one, but 2 weapons specifically designed for Fell Vampire. It's the technology of Evandis, one of the priestly warriors of legend.
Really?
Yes, it's a well-crafted magical silver rock, or in some cases, dagger, that
Okay.
can slay vampires. Its predecessor did very well in the 4th Age, the previous model. It's crafted from silver, but reinforced with mithril, and using sapphire to channel the magic, it definitely pulses very powerful energy. Essentially, in short, it really hurts when you hit a vampire with it, much more than any mundane weapon.
That is very good news. One of the biggest challenges that we face is just how to defeat them. Some of the vampires, such as the juveniles and the juvenites, are very strong opponents, but with silvered weapons and a capable warrior or mage or what have you, they can be felled. However, there are much more powerful types of vampires, as we mentioned earlier, such as the Firewatch, which pose a more significant threat. So anything that we can find to help to even the odds will be very useful. May I see this? This item that you've crafted.
I'll hand my dagger to did we make the boots, Dobson? Did you settle on the boots?
No.
Oh my god.
I'll hand the dagger as well so they can inspect both items.
So Polmafi and Valioff will each take one of them and have a look at them. Polmafi will say, "Oh, this is. Did you say this was Silthril? Okay."
And
So
I'll ask promptly for it back.
This was the weapon of Ivandis, huh? We'll have to get some sketches done so that we can make some more of these.
I'll gesture to the pouch and I'll say, we found remains in the swamp who claim to be Ivandis like we claimed. We repatriated these body remains and in the process of bringing them to a safer area, this Majorot Sliske attacked us. Well, reanimated the corpse and attacked it so we may not continue to question it, I assume. We do not know what to do with the body, but we asked it where it would like to be buried, and he said with his comrades. He says, do you know where this, do you know the best means in which we may do that?
Well, that would be back at Potterdomus. Assuming that he means his comrades in the wartime.
We thought the same, but what was he, he's the priest?
Druzzle.
Yeah, he's the priest, or what's his status, his title?
Yeah.
Yeah. The priest that runs the chapel there was rather dense, and he said he would not let us bring the corpse in even if it was him, and we do believe it was him. So it is against the remains' final wishes to not be there, though. He says, I do believe that you would be his allies. Would you not have been fighting vampires?
In this age, sure.
He says, I will leave the remains here with you, and I'll look at the party and I'll say, does anyone have a quarrel with this?
Nope.
I'll hand them the burnt up remains, and I'll say, and we can leave it there, and his comrades, those that fight for the same cause as him, and say, you do fight for the end of vampirism, do you not?
Yes.
Say, very well, and I'll leave the pouch that is ashy now on the counter.
Well, we'll try to give him a burial that's better than, just one out in the swamp where he can be with others that share his ideals.
Certainly. The small green one here might show you on a map where his coffin was. It's too heavy to carry with us, but it was where he was buried, peculiar enough. And I say, Dobson, would you?
Yeah. I do the thing.
Show on the map.
Okay. So Polmafi takes interest in this. He's like,
Location
that
he was
must
buried.
have been nearby where he was killed, and if this is true, then I suppose it's possible that he was not carried back. His remains are not carried back to Potterdomus, like what the texts say.
Why would the text be inherently wrong if the body had a proper coffin all the way out there? Somebody did the proper rites and passage for him.
Good question. It could simply have been exaggerated for the grandeur of sort of inflating his heroism.
I'll begin to copy the transcription of the questions we had asked the remains from Dobson's journal, if he lets me.
Sure.
And then I'll leave a copy of the questions we had asked, and I'll say, we realize now the answers we got are quite vague, as is the nature of the spell, but...
Right.
He says, but if it is true, this might be evidence that these remains, and I'll gesture, are what we claim. And the coffin location, again, could confirm there was a depiction... I don't remember what I rolled on that. I think I might have rolled low. But somebody rolled high enough to know that the depiction was of Ivandis and his weapon, right?
I think that was just kind of inferred because it was on his coffin.
I mean, we didn't know what the flail was until he told us. But yeah. But also, is there another coffin
I think it was that
under
nobody really
Patterdermus?
cared to like take a close look at it.
Well, yeah, that and like under Patterdermus, is there an identical coffin to this one where he's supposed to be buried? Why is this one so ornate down here? It's just kind of an odd thing, right? So, yeah, I would just mention that, and they could go investigate that on their own. And they said they're gonna bury the body properly, and they seem like, you know, they're on the same cause as what Ivandis would have been. So I'll take the weapon back, and is this the only room? Like, is this the entrance? How did we get
No,
down?
there's other. Oops, I just locked the door.
How did we get down here?
You walked. There's a ladder that leads.
A ladder? So I'm not
There's-
down here, DM.
Oh.
I don't know if you've ever seen a camel on a ladder.
No, I don't know
there
if
a
I've even
ramp?
seen a camel in general. There's not a ramp. Sorry.
Okay, so I'd be up on the surface, and I would have
Just
had.
like yelling.
Yeah, I'll be yelling down the hatch as I.
No, I
listen.
mean they would. In that case, they would have just come up to talk to you. I
Okay,
guess.
fair.
Could I ask that happen, that you just have to yell into a hole?
I like to imagine I'm yelling down a hatch. Yeah, that was kind of fun for me. And I throw the remains down. I'm throwing my dagger down, like all that, like so good. I mean, when I saw the ladder, I would ask, are vampires unable to climb down ladders?
No, that's not a thing.
Then this seems like a cleric-proof base, not a vampire-proof base, I'll say, as I hover above.
Well, it makes for a good hiding place if this village were ever to be
I'm
discovered.
hiding against camels, I'll say over what he's saying.
In a
Yeah,
way.
the camels are discovering it. We just can't get down there.
Hey, we got some background laughter.
Is
Yeah,
that
we
the
love
soundboard?
background laughter.
That's the best kind.
What's funny, honey? Send it to me.
No, it's what he said specifically.
She's really laughing. She doesn't normally laugh this much at things.
But you got some competitions, Ed.
Why are you laughing so
Someone
much?
casted Tasha's on her.
Oh god, it's a TikTok video.
Um,
Gonna have to watch it with no sound. Something went wrong, it says when I tried to open it. What? Oh, wait, here we go. What the heck?
I like how
Can't
hard
read
she's
them. Oh, wait, here we go.
she's sharing.
I just... What?
I thought he's gonna kiss Star.
What?
Watch the video.
I don't know what this is really fucking weird video of a guy getting a massage. Did he pull out a sander? Wait, what? Why does he have a rotating sander? What is this?
Alright, well I feel like I'm out of the loops.
Yeah, I definitely feel out of loop here.
I don't. Okay, I have to
He's
send
still-
them
he's-
this
he's
now.
still
Otherwise, they're gonna think I'm
laughing.
fucking weird.
I know you're missing the best part. Wait,
Yo, what? What? What
Yes,
is
no,
that?
it's-
I hate that. Okay,
Is
I had to
she
watch this. Now
okay?
you guys have to watch this.
Is she okay?
I'm not watching it again. That was terrible. Anyway,
Is she okay? She sounds like she's.
are you okay?
Coughing from laughing so
Someone
much.
burned a decent spell slot to get
Can you
that
give me a
hideous
drink? I'm out of
laughter
drink.
going.
I'm thirsty.
I want a drink
Give me a
too. Can
minute.
you ask her to get me one?
Yep.
Anybody else want a drink? No? You're good? Okay, just two then. It's DM next.
That was terrible.
Alright, what were we doing?
Give me a minute. Oh my goodness. Sheesh.
She back with the drinks yet? I'm so thirsty.
Oh my god. So, Valiaf will then, he'll say, well, we need to get several of these, several more of this weapon made. Ideally, I want every Myreque member to have one of these. We'll have to figure out how to get the silver and the mithril, though. Maybe we can request help from, Miss Stalin or something.
I'll yell down the
Get some
hatch. You should
supplies
put one in every hand of your soldiers.
That's... He'll just ignore it. 'cause I just said that. Now, let's get,
I can't hear
let's
the whole
see.
conversation, so I'm just like jumping in.
Was there anything else that you found while you were away?
No, we did the remains, talked about the schematics. There really wasn't anything else, was there?
Okay.
Nothing new, at least. Just Sliske doesn't have anything else to do this time, which is like no doubt.
Okay. Well, so I ended up sending Sani and Radagund to Meiyerditch to try and get in contact with our Myreque associates there. We haven't heard back from them yet, but that's not all too unexpected. It's a bit of a journey to get over there, and I suspect that they might stay there for some time, waiting for the opportune moment to sneak back out, or even waiting for the right time to sneak in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, Sardom and Willing, they will be fine. Yes. However, it would probably be good, if you are still so inclined, to head that way yourselves. In fact, I'm considering if we should all simply move that way at this point, because there are just 3 of us camped out here at Berg de Rod.
Doesn't seem very safe.
Just me, Ivan, and Pol Mafia at this point. I'm considering that. I'm not sure if I'm quite at the point where I think we should all abandon a post outside of the Sanguinesti region, but we are trying to figure out what we want to do next.
If it's any consolation, we're relaying information to the kingdom, and King Ruwald is reinforcing Paterdermis, and who knows what next. He might in fact send reinforcements out to supplement you. So keep your chin up. Your god may pull through. In fact, I'll look over to Zephylos like almost playfully. He says, maybe the Ceradominists can save Ceradominists. You won't have to rely so much on the good deeds of Zeros. It is nice to make a chapter in your history books in good light, though, to be able to help the people out of tough times.
Well, what is this?
You heard what he said. Keep that chin up, boy.
Oh, just Dan having a coughing fit. That's fine.
Everyone?
You and Mrs. DM, everyone's having a coughing fit.
Right. Nice.
Yeah, everybody's sick.
I'm having a coffee. Does that count?
It's a fit of coffee.
I would say the coffee fits in my mug, so it's a coffee that fits.
Mmm.
Well, it's
Yeah.
not a coughing fit, though.
That counts.
So with that all being said, I think actually the next thing that we should probably do is I want to know how well this weapon works. Have you had the chance to test it on any vampires yet?
I don't think so, right? Kevin?
You should check the efficacy of the weapon, I'll shout down the hatch. We have not yet had a test for it.
The camel makes a good point. We should check the efficacy of the weapon.
That's a great idea. Why don't you do that?
You.
Now,
One of you a vampire, I'll suggest come up and get stabbed. And I'll have like my dagger hanging down the hatch.
You all are certainly very seasoned.
Well, it's a dank swamp. I apologize. I don't see a shower nearby, but you don't have to make a
seasoned
comment.
combatants, I mean.
Yes.
I think I would suggest that we can serve 2 interests in you visiting the Sanguinesti region. One, in providing more reinforcement for our members over there, and 2, it will allow you to test that weapon if you are to get into a scrap with some of the vampires there. There are not really any that roam this village because obviously they don't know about it.
Right.
And I really want to know how effective this weapon is
yeah, I think
soon, so that we can figure out how we want to proceed with making more of them.
Would we know the properties of the weapon, or was that kind of like too meta? Like, would we have the identify item? Would that like tell us?
So technically, yeah, you know that it does
cancels
that.
healing properties in some way. We just don't know how till we see it.
Yeah, but it's kind of a gray area where it's like technically, yeah, you should know like exactly what it does, but it's like from a flavor perspective, it's kind of like, well, does it really do that? How exactly does it do that? I don't know.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like we may know the
Yeah.
properties, but we just don't know how how it happens.
You don't know
until we
how
use
it's
it.
like.
Yeah.
There's
new
also like
magical.
the like sort of training sort of aspect to it. It's like, okay, can we? So I think it can do this, but can I make it do this?
Yeah.
I don't know. We have to try it.
Yeah. Cool.
That's a good point.
So we're vampires hunters now, because not only are we slayers, we're actively looking for them, which makes us hunters. Yes, DM.
Lunters, if you will.
Makes sense to me.
Yes, DM.
All right, next.
So I'm adding that to my titles. Got it.
Next character is gonna be a 6'4" human man, okay, with a beard, and he's got the politician background, and he's from Illinois, and he's a vampire hunter.
Not like John Fetterman.
No, he's making a fucking Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer effort. I got it as soon as he said he's from Illinois. I'm like, yeah, that's specifically the joke he's making.
Chab,
So can I take levels in Vampire Hunter now?
Yeah. It's like Blood Hunter, but
I mean,
vampire.
I do allow the blood hunter class.
Oh, sorry, I meant the Pathfinder class. I
Oh,
forgot.
sorry, I'm not paizo enough like you to get that. I still haven't bought the book to know that. Anyway,
You don't have to buy the book though.
true. I could just pirate it like everything else.
No, it's literally free.
Pirate the free book. You can't stop me. You can't stop me like YouTube couldn't stop me from using ad blockers.
really did try, didn't it? It said,
They
please.
really tried, but I found something today.
Cool. I added
You
added
have
Vampire
three
Hunter to my titles.
videos you can watch, and then we stop you, and you're like, okay.
As if my accolades did need to go longer. I haven't introduced myself fully to an NPC in a long time, just it takes. I made it too long, you know? I keep adding stuff. But yeah, here
Where
we
do you
are.
have it written down?
In my notes here. On my background notes, I keep adding to them.
Alright, let's take a few minutes. Let's take 5 minutes for a quick bio break. And then we'll come back.
Sounds good.
I'm looking at my older notes now. A dog's sad face. That was a good session.
Why? Is that your way to announce that you're back? Back to Quack.
Actually, it was.
Another duck pun. Hey guys, do you know? Did you hear the one about the Barrows brothers working out?
No.
I heard every day was chest day.
Is it what? There's like a 1 in 17 chance you're gonna get a laugh here.
And if you're on RS3 old school,
I almost knocked over my drink.
from laughing so hard.
Yeah. No, from putting my phone down.
You know, when the Barrows brothers invited me over, I thought they were gonna offer me a different kind of bloodworm.
Okay. Oh, you said them all?
Alright, now we contractually have to go through each one
Oh, boy.
and hit them one by one. I'm glad it's the GM doing this.
Quack, 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 quack.
Hey, why did it have an explosion of confetti? What?
Quack, 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 quack.
If you spam click one of them, it does like emojis on your screen.
It might be like a double click thing. Like when you double click, it does something.
So wait, spam click the quack one. It made a bunch of duck emojis show up on my window.
Yeah,
Oh,
if it
yeah.
spams, if it spams, it shows up on the call screen, right? Yeah, I've seen that.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's like what Twitch does when you.
Wait, it's only happening with the duck though.
Yeah, it's just the duck.
Emoji for any of the others.
I think soundboard was a mistake.
So we
Yeah,
are
it's
hitting.
only the duck.
I don't know who's doing the horn, but that's frustrating. So like we're hitting the point with Discord, and I've been saying this for probably about a year now. Is we're getting too many features. We're getting feature oversaturation.
Yeah.
We're getting so far away from the point of Discord. Like, look at how much RAM Discord uses right now. Like, look at, I don't know.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I checked it a couple weeks ago. We were talking about this.
Yeah, so I think we're just hitting that point where someone's gonna eventually we're gonna get back to the root. Like, why did we go to Discord?
Yeah.
Because it did what Mumble did better, and it looked nicer, but now it's just become so much.
Back in the day.
It's become like social media.
I feel like the original reason why is because like all the other voice chat softwares are like really unreliable.
And normal
Um,
Skype.
And then there
Skype
was, like-
great. People use
Like
Skype
Discord
forever.
came out and it like never dropped ever.
No, I don't know, man. People use Mumble, they use
Maybe that was just
Ventrilo,
me.
they use Skype. There was other things. Discord just looked really nice and like was easy to work, and now it's become too many features. It didn't use that much RAM, and now it uses a bunch of RAM. Anyways, are we back from break?
I think everyone's here now.
Toy.
If you're not here, speak or forever hold your peace.
If you're not here, raise your
I'm
hand.
Here. I'm still just kind of like coughing side, so but I am here.
Jeez, why don't you just not get sick?
Did anyone?
I don't know.
raise
No,
their
it's
hand?
just I was eating dinner and like a single crumb went the wrong way, and I'm
Oh.
forever cursed.
I was gonna
You
say you
guys-
have some spicy food.
You guys eat dinner in Canada? That's really cool.
Yo, I know a country that's kind of like that. Called
Yeah.
Uruguay.
Called what?
Uruguay.
Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Well,
Well, you're allowed to be gay and you're gay. That's why they call it you're gay.
Ah,
Happy Pride Month, everybody.
I get it now.
It's the most inclusive of the countries.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it exclusive because it's telling you what you are and it's not allowing like free expression?
No, it's like it's okay to be you're a gay. That's their motto, I think.
Oh, that's their motto. I thought their motto was nobody know what Uruguay is.
I don't know what their motto is. What do they speak in Uruguay?
Uruguayan.
Is that a language? Nice.
Yeah, Spanish.
Okay, that's what I would have guessed.
And half the country speaks or half the world. Not. Yes, half the country as well,
It's almost like Spain was a massive imperialistic land grabbing empire for a while.
Just for a little.
Much like Britain.
Britain was worse though because they don't even have good tasting food.
Right? You conquer
What's the point?
You conquer
Other
the
than-
world for spices. You can't even season your own food. You know what? I make this joke all the time. You know what British cuisine is? It's gray with brown. Look at all their food. It's brown mixed with gray, or beige with gray, or beige with brown. That's all their food. Look up British cuisine. That isn't like dessert pastries because they.
Whatever you do, don't Google image search British Chinese takeout.
Oh boy.
Why would you type that? That's such a specific thing to look
Very
up.
specific. Yeah, I'm worried.
That one is normal British.
Yeah, hey guys, whatever you do, don't look up 3219-864.
Well, you did one too many numbers. I heard 7 numbers.
No, I wasn't doing a phone number.
I was gonna say, yeah. The six
No, no,
numbers would be something else.
You-
Those no. Yeah, that gets it. Yeah, you said one too many. I was like, is he about to send me a? Okay, and then there was a 7th number, and I was like, never mind. Zach, was I the only one? Were you thinking? You heard 6 numbers, and you're like, where's this going? And then you heard the 7th, and you're like, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're all degenerates.
Yeah. I accept that responsibility.
I don't know what this is.
Good.
Stay
We'll
willingly
explain
ignorant.
after stream.
The bliss of ignorance.
Okay.
Degeneracy. Anywho, I'll be looking something up later after.
Hmm.
Some special times for the alone times. Me and the night times. All right, let's get the hell out of the swamp, or let's get further in the swamp. What are we doing? We're going to.
All right.
Yeah,
We're going back to the map.
Yeah, the overmap.
The map.
Are you guys ready to cut a huge line through that black fog of war?
I'm ready. I mean, for once, yeah, I feel like we've been going back and forth the same path a while now.
All right. So you had been informed that Meiyerditch is to the east of where you currently are, pretty much straight that way. Is that the path that you want to take?
Well, of course. I mean, I don't. See any reason, right? Works so far.
Yeah, I'd go straight.
Hey, this is Pride Month. We don't do that here.
Well, Pride should include straight, right?
We are inclusive of all.
Cool.
Right, yeah. That was the whole. That's
No,
also the whole.
it is marshy here. However, it is not swampy, so you travel at a normal pace of 24 miles per day. Once you get a couple miles outside of Berg de Rot, it is a mostly wooded area here, with moderately dense tree landscape, with still wet, marshy ground, like almost all of Mauritania, I guess you could say. However, not nearly as treacherous or uninviting as the actual swamp itself.
Yeah, the swamp do be.
That would be end of day 2. Day 3.
Yeah, can I message Vanstrom on the day?
Yeah.
I didn't message him yesterday because of everything that happened the night before. But I will message him today.
Yeah, what do you got for him? What is he going to be ignoring today?
I will tell him that hey, sorry I didn't talk to you yesterday. I know you missed me. I'll say, what else? I probably got like half a message. I'll say, dealing with a god, real power. Talk to you later.
Cool, good for you.
He ignored it, I imagine. No reply.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. His mistake was making me familiar with his form so I can message him.
Clearly.
If you don't kill me, I'm gonna message you. You're
Honestly,
gonna wish I had.
That was exactly like my last relationship.
Yeah.
Their mistake was making me familiar with their form. Now I message them.
Form?
But it's classic. And now you message them.
Form as in like physical form.
Yeah,
like,
no, I understood.
No, I was like,
Zaid,
question.
yeah. I think sometimes we leave a little mystery for Zaid, and he'll figure it out later.
like a little present for later.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He'll have a little like,
Zaid's what we call not all there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
It takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 days of traveling east before you will finally see off in the distance what appears to be a large, very tall stone wall, which is going from north to south, about as far as you can see in the lightly foggy region here.
I can see it on yours, but for mine, it's like black.
yeah, mine's
still.
filled out now. Mine's gray now.
Okay, let me refresh.
What's
Maybe-
gray?
Gray now.
top
You're right.
right.
Yeah, my entire thing. Okay,
British Chinese
you're
takeout.
loading the.
People
fire.
eat like this?
Oh yeah, look at the sauce.
People eat like this?
Oh yeah, they're proud of it too.
What
In a
did,
weird
I, what
way.
did
They
I
love
say? What did I say? It's like beige with brown, right? Like it's just
Literally.
everything. Look up, find me a dish that is popular in the UK. It should be like a survey question that isn't brown and beige. Or
You know
tan
what
and
they'll
beige.
come up with? It's gonna be a French dish.
Yeah, it's always from a different
Also,
country.
it's like every dish I've heard an answer to was a dish they either took from another country or isn't properly done right when it's not bland and gray or whatever. Anyways,
Yeah, we can go on a whole thing, but we just lost all of our UK viewers.
it's a euphemism.
Sorry.
It's a euphemism for
Sorry to
capitalism.
Our UK viewers, we got 4 people in here. One of them's got to be from the UK, right?
Statistically, on the internet.
It's a metaphor for capitalism, guys. That's all I'm saying.
Honestly, you're right. You're right.
I feel like I say that a lot, ironically, but the people go like, you know what, you're right, and then I'm just like, maybe I'm right.
I reloaded it. It's still loading completely gray. The background image is just gone.
I don't see
That
the path.
is-
Free that
Can
you
you
added.
drag death back over to the
weird.
left? Can you drag
It's,
death? to the left?
Still looks fine on my end. I
can't
see the
see
whole
the-
path.
Let
Yeah.
me see if I force
Miss-
everybody onto a
I'm
different
trying
map
to load
and then
and
back.
reload.
Whoa. Yeah. Maybe refresh the map.
Go like this.
Okay, so the missile and map is really fine, but the more
back
you map,
here.
not.
That is odd.
Yeah, just drag us back to the left and then back to the right and see if it makes the path, because it's a straight cut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, one downside about the way I've set this up is that if a person is not online when you make this path, it won't be revealed for that person.
I was online though.
Yeah, we were both
But
logged in.
maybe
I was
it
tabbed
was
to my
like
notes.
out of sync or something when that happened.
I was tabbed to my notes. I didn't have it on my screen. Maybe that's what it was.
Don't know.
Could be
Maybe,
that.
yeah.
I was in Google Docs.
That's
My tab
strange.
back. Yeah. Anyways, I see it now.
Mine doesn't though. Mine is still like my entire thing's like the background. I'm posting it in Discord real quick.
That's weird. Foundry has issues like that with some strange things.
I mean, it doesn't bother me. I'm just letting you know in case someone else.
Right.
Like I don't need to see the fine details. I'll trust wherever we're going. I know what like the circle up there is the Myreque and where the things generally are. So I tried loading the different maps. And, I even reloaded the entire page.
Anyways, we hit a wall. DM, can I inspect the wall?
Yeah, give me a second here. I'm making sure that I have the next map ready if I need it.
Sure, been there. I would just be inspecting for kind of its mason work, as Urluk would be a fan of many architectural structures across Gillinor.
What
If it
aren't
resembles
you?
anything? Just history and architecture are like pretty much the two things he's
Yeah.
big.
Aren't you a fan? Like what are you not?
Urluk's been around a long time. He's got quite a few hobbies and stuff, so
Totally
you'll
feel it.
understand when you get older, you know.
I probably won't. 'Cause,
As your sexual peaks dwindle down, you'll find hobbies.
hey, these peaks ain't never dwindling. Trust.
He said at the ripe age of a quarter of Urluk's age.
Nah, my peaks are nice and bosomly.
That's what I said when I was 25.
Okay, so before
Yeah.
you
Get away from
will
that.
see a very large wall spanning north to south as far as you can see in the slightly foggy region here. You can see in the distance silhouettes of walking humanoid figures atop the wall. You can also see that it is covered with actually, would it be covered with stuff from the outside? Probably not. Okay. It looks like it's about 30 feet high, so pretty high for a wall. Like pretty close to like what you would see for like a castle or a fortification sort of height. It's made of stone. There's some wooded, like wooden sections or like little, like buildings like on the wall, or like little extra.
Does it resemble
what do
the
you even
walls
call that?
of any? What did you say? Sorry, like you're talking about the top of it.
Yeah, so like on top there's like little there's other smaller wooden structures, like a little what could be like a little building, or like a little like an
On top of
outhouse
the
on
wall?
top of the wall, or like a storage area.
Got you. Does
made
it
of
look
wood.
like? Does it look like the walls of any other kingdom I've been through, which would be Mistlin, Kandarin, Asgarnia, and probably Caridian? Probably not Menaphos. I probably
It's,
wouldn't have gone there.
It's a little worn down. There's some sections that are like crumbling away, but it's also looked like it's while it is worn out, it looks like it's been upkept kind of at the same time. So it's like, it looks like it's old but been repaired many times.
Structurally, does it look like any other city's walls? Is this like a unique? Is it built in the same way? You said there's stuff on top. Is that like? I mean, Lumbridge's walls has stuff on top. Like, is
Sure.
it built? Is it built in a way like? Is it buttressed? Is there fortifications on the top to
So
allow
it
armament?
looks like
what are we looking at?
it doesn't have much in the way of like defensive sort of modifications, like arrow slits or like slots for cannons or things like that. However, it does have several, at least in the relatively small span that you can see, which is, how far would that even be? Maybe like 200 feet in total you can see of this wall, like going north to south. There, in that span, there's like 3 watchtowers on top of the wall, which seems like a lot for a wall that doesn't have like somewhere to put cannons or like
armaments of any
arrows.
kind.
Yeah.
Okay. But it doesn't look like any other kingdom's wall that's like unique in its kind of defensive layout.
I guess not.
Okay.
I'm not really sure.
Just
what you're
trying to
getting at
gauge.
with
I'm
that
trying to
question.
gauge rather like how old these walls are. Like maybe they were built this way for. I don't know this area well. I'm just getting a gauge. Checking out the stonework. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking meta now. The human kingdoms are mostly from like late. Well, no, some of them from 4th age. Never mind.
Yeah.
No, they're mostly from 4th age. Some of them
Yeah.
are
Okay.
early 5th age. So this is probably this. I'm still thinking meta.
They're probably
this is probably
cobbled
older.
together. Yeah, they're probably
Yeah.
cobbled together similarly,
Yeah.
but they're probably built in a different way.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. I probably wouldn't recognize too much in terms of architecture.
Oh, that does look weird, August. It's just the blank grid with
Yeah.
the icons on it. I don't know how to fix that. I'm
Really
sorry.
not a big deal. Like it's not a problem.
I think it may just be the internet crapping out.
It could be a million problems, and a bitch ain't one.
Got him.
I will say it reminds me of a gray snake game, where you play snake. You find a little ball thing, but you had to not run yourself over.
That's the message I'm sending to Vanstrom today.
It
Whatever Dermo just said right there, I'm sending that as a message.
would be so confusing because not only have computers not existed on this world, but also you can't visually see anything.
I would translate roughly, but yeah, it would be the ramblings of Dermo talking about snakes, and I would just send 30 words of that to Vanstrom.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great guy and needs to know what Dermo's thinking. We all do.
No one has ever asked for what.
And they never will if you keep that mindset going. So yeah, we're at a wall, literally. Zephylos, you've been quiet. You usually lead the party. What are you thinking?
Yeah, you do your job.
Yeah, do your job, leader.
Yeah,
No,
what are you gonna do about
I'm
a
kind of-
wall?
Yeah, wall, leader.
Bet you guys never expected this.
Yeah, we hit a wall.
I am just kind of amused by watching wherever this.
How
But,
dirty is it? Scale of 1 to 10.
I kind of really want to go back to the VOD where I was. But yes, no. Zephylos will. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Hold on, 1 second. My throat's still not.
Classic. You can type.
So there doesn't seem to be like any actual like entrances wall, correct?
Nope.
Doesn't
like,
look like. They
if
said
we
there's
look-
some parts reinforced with wood, but it looks mostly like it's been repaired and stuff
Mm-hmm.
over time. He said.
Yeah. Can I have?
there a way to- Anchor something to climb up top, maybe. You said there
There
was like
are
armaments
some-
and stuff.
Yeah, there
people
are
there.
some like protrusions there's like a there's obviously like a rail along the outside that if you get a good throw, you could get a rope around it. But you probably have to get something up there first.
Okay.
Without
We'll make it easy. I will just cast Mage Hand and put the rope in the Mage Hand and have it loop around the thing because it can tie a
There you
knot.
go.
Right here.
All
Are
right.
there people up there?
Question
Yeah.
is, do you just stroll up there?
Well,
'Cause-
I did hear Dobson ask that question, so I was gonna wait for but that's our solution. I'll do the Mage Hand thing once we
Okay.
hear.
I can walk up walls.
Oh
Well-
yeah. Oh my God.
well-
He's like,
Like that, Dobson. You could
I
have.
don't.
you must have really been like, oh God, I hope that I get those slippers before we go to Meiyerditch, huh?
I don't remember if you advertised you got the magical item or not.
But I'd like.
Are you whispering right now that you can walk up walls? Just like that, like a creepy, like a nightmare in my ear. I can climb up walls if you thought the roof was safe.
Yeah, just remind weird way.
Is that how you're
That-
whispering it?
Oh yeah, totally.
Then we won't
That's
worry about
like-
the rope.
If we're like, I first I need to know like, if we need to worry about sentries and stuff before approaching. So I imagine like I think Dobson is thinking this is a situation of it'll be very easy to get in
Be
if you
hard
don't
to get
mind
out.
if you don't mind getting caught.
Yeah, I mean it'll be really hard to get out is the problem.
Yeah.
And we do know that these guys use people as slaves for blood, so that doesn't sound like. And like out of all of us, if we're being honest, Urluk is the most bloodiest. So like I'm not really big on getting caught either, because I'd be a
Wait.
juicy morsel to these
You would
guys.
produce the most blood, or like you were the most like would they would seek you out for blood because like your blood's good.
Both.
I think I would bleed pretty good.
Then I recommend we give Dermo, because he sounds.
Anyway, so there's sentries up there. Have we? We just got to the wall where it's in sight. Do we see it goes in every direction, like into the
every.
distance?
North and south, not every direction.
The two direction as it goes
What kind of
in.
wall would that be?
What does the question mean?
A fourth dimensional wall.
Right. It transcends time and space.
Looking up and down the lengths of the wall,
Yeah.
do I see the ends or potentially any other ways in, or does it go out of sight?
It goes out of sight.
Yeah, you
Okay.
said we could see
In
about
the
200
north-south
feet in each direction,
direction.
you said? Yeah.
Oh,
But
that's right.
the-
Yeah.
I meant like 200 to 100 in each direction about
That's
before the light
that's for
fall.
our okay, yeah,
is
so that's the
obscuring
limitation of
you
our
can see.
vision. Got
Yeah.
it.
We should probably look up and down the wall to see if there's any easier ways to get in this particular spot.
You'll see Urluk's head go north and south, like up and down as you say that. Like, yes, I think the best way is up there, and I'll point. We need to get. You said you can go up walls.
I think we should travel up and down the wall because there's sentries up there who could spot us.
Yes, you should travel up and see the sentries, and then travel back down the wall. I think.
Oh my God, he's so senile. Where's that potion?
Let's go
Where's that
south.
I'm putting it back on your character sheet.
I'm putting it back on your character sheet. I'll
When the
follow him.
demon wants you to be a normal character.
I see the goblin heading. It's more fun to be senile. Yeah, I didn't. Being senile is wasted on the old. I'm just saying.
Can we get that on your gravestone?
Yeah, I already have my gravestone made, but yeah, we can get it put on something. A T-shirt.
Ooh, that'd be a good T-shirt for the campaign.
I can get. Yeah, there you go.
Being senile is wasted on the old.
As a being, it's wasted on the old.
I will. I'll make a few phone calls. We'll get that sorted out.
Yeah, you let your people know, and then have them contact my people.
My people will get with your people.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways.
South.
Yeah, I'll follow you
Go
south.
forward.
I'm following
South?
you as you head that way. I'll go
Okay.
and I'll follow you.
So, you keep your distance to the wall so as to not be spotted by the sentries. And luckily this area is, again, still kind of wooded, so you can use the trees for cover. Heading south.
They won't be looking for a camel, so I have advantage.
Um,
They're looking for Myreque, not a
True.
camel.
So you follow the wall for several minutes, a few miles.
Fast travel.
You don't spot in that distance any gates.
Do we see any
or,
weak
like-
points in the wall?
So yeah, so within the distance, yes, you would be able to find. There's an area where the wall is kind of like significantly crumbled away at like the top edge. So it may be possible to sort of climb up about like 20 feet up and then like go like into the inside of the wall without being spotted, so you wouldn't have to actually go onto the top of the wall, but you could go like directly to the inside, and then maybe you can find a way to get like fully in past the wall.
Thoughts, party?
I'm giant, so I don't know what I can
Yeah, and
do.
I can't climb up a wall 20 feet.
You and I are
'cause I'm
both in the same boat, like, I think,
yeah.
in terms of accessibility, because we're both pretty big. You're even worse than I am, but
Well, soon I'll have Dimension Door, and I can just teleport
Dimension
me and
Door.
you in really weird places if we need to.
yeah, if you get Dementia Door,
Dimension Door, I just get it.
I didn't know there was a door to dementia.
there is a small.
Dementia
Door! Yes!
No.
Yes! I love it! I love it so much. Can we change the name to Dimension Door? Where we modify, I can bring an extra person, but you pick the location we go to?
Oh my God.
Instead of me picking one companion, I get to pick two companions, but I don't know where we end up. Somewhere within the range of my spell, I don't know where.
The Dementia Door is fun because, like, you just don't know how you ended up places.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, can we
How did I
change
get
it?
here?
Can we change Dimension Door to Dimension Door and let me take an extra person, but not know where
Or why?
or why?
Or you will.
And we remove the spell components, but every time I use it, I forget something. something about my past. That's the cost. I use it at the cost of I forget something. And the first time I used it, I forgot that the cost was I lost something. So I don't have an issue using it.
Spell. How to use the spell at all.
You like that one? Can we do that one, Zaid? Or is that too fun? Is that too fun for you?
It's time to play. How did I get here? The only show that makes you ask, how did I get here?
Stay away from the water fountain. So good. Isn't that the chick with the thing on her face from the water fountain? Oh my god. How did I get here? Last I remember, I was in the camp, and then now this strange camel warrior is just as confused as I am. How did we get here? He asked. What do you mean? It was your spell. I love this idea so much.
We didn't actually ever discover if invisibility helps with the vampires.
You did not.
Yeah. We didn't
Hopefully
have
they don't have blind sight.
Mm.
or tremor
Really?
sight.
Why would they have tremor sense?
I'm just saying it would suck if they did,
They-
right?
Why would a flying creature have tremor sense?
That would suck, right? Am I right? How awful is that? You're just proving my point. That would suck.
So
Hopefully
they're actually all giant moles
Hopefully
that
they're
have tremor sense.
giant
They're not
flying
vampires.
That's
It's
why
a big
the
misunderstanding.
the Myreque were very confused to build their bases underground if they think that they're safe. They're fools. So we can all agree, good thing they don't have tremor sense, you know?
They should have
No.
Trevor sense. They can sense anyone named Trevor nearby.
Or treble sense.
All their music lacks a bass.
So how big does it look like the inside of the wall is?
You can't tell how deep the wall is from on the ground. Because you're at the bottom.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, I know that there's a wall here now, so I'll change my spells app for tomorrow.
Huh, there seems to be a wall at this wall.
Mm-hmm.
And then just more wall.
Strange. Strange. Have any of you guys noticed this wall here?
DM, you said there's a wall in front of us. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'll make a note of that here.
Yeah. I
And
think
this wall goes in every direction? Or just the standard 2? I really don't know what you meant by every. I'm just so curious what you were like thinking. Draw. DM, can we get Zach to draw a wall for us on something? Just draw a picture of what he thinks a wall looks like. I'm really picturing. It's just a wall to him is a building without a roof.
How like is there basically total coverage of sentries covering the wall?
It wouldn't be like completely constant. But there's a good number of them. You might be able to, if you spent some time studying and with a skill check, like maybe probably a perception check, see if you can notice a pattern in their patrolling behavior to find a time where you could sneak through with little chance of being spotted.
What's our count? How many people are we looking at?
Like how many you see up there?
Yeah, what's our count?
I mean, they're gonna be traveling. Most of them are probably traveling along the. Bless you.
Wow. Wow.
It's Super Mario.
Talk about dramatic. Good lord.
One sneeze.
Can we get that as a sound clip and pay for it with bits? Because that would be amazing. 3,000 points to get. This is
See,
the...
now you guys know why I'm married.
Yeah, you married her for the sneeze. I see. You're a man of taste. A man of taste indeed.
Mm-hmm. What was the question?
I don't remember. The sneeze threw us all
So
off.
most of the sentries that you are observing, it seems like. Actually, I'm not going to tell you any more without a perception check.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll perceive. Reception.
So I'm not very perceptive. So
What do
someone
your
else
arrowed
have
eyes see? All right.
Everything.
Nice. Okay, so Durmo, you watch them for several minutes.
Yeah.
Most of the sentries are going to be traveling in and out of the distance that you can see through the light fog. So it's unclear like how many separate individuals are passing by, because they're going like in and out of your range of vision.
Right.
However, you get a good feel for the timing of the sentries passing by at the current moment, such that you found there's about a every couple of minutes, which there's about like a 1 minute gap in which there are not any sentries within your current field of vision. And so you feel like you could probably direct someone to get closer within that time frame, and then have about a minute
Dobson's
to climb up
explaining
to
this
the
to
wall or do something.
Is
without being
Dobson
spotted,
explaining
probably.
this?
Dermo is explaining it.
Oh,
Dermo
Dermo.
is the one doing the seeing.
I can express that I can put a Blessing of the Trickster on Dobson, as he's the smallest and he might have the best chance of getting in and out really quick.
Yeah, no, I fully agree because my stealth and stuff is not very good. But if
then after that I'll whisper. Plus he's the only non-Zerosi, and if we lose him, we can just go back and grab another.
Hey, just get a different goblin.
hey, less people
Get a different goblin. Say, where did we find this one again? We'll look for some large cubes. We don't even have to travel that far. I think we found him out here, didn't we?
You just spawn Dobsons? Is that like a...
Unrelated, Dobson. Do you know where we can find another large gelatinous cube filled with goblins? In case this doesn't work out.
As far as I've seen, that isn't a thing that occurs.
Is that not where your people come from?
No.
Well, 100% of the goblins I've met and partied with, I have met from gelatinous cubes. Excuse my ignorance.
Dude,
Is that a common occurrence for you?
I would say you're the only one in my century on this planet, so I do not think it's common encounter. No. Is it common for you to be found inside of gelatinous cubes?
I've been found in worse.
Can I, like, check out and see if he has been found in worse? Can I, like, tell if he's lying to me? I don't know who this man is.
You know what I mean?
I wanna know. I'm curious now. I'm gonna give him, like, the old man's squinty eyes.
Would that be considered lying, DM, the fact that he said something, like, jokingly?
Has he been caught inside of worse things than a gelatinous cube?
No, right. I'm seeing, like,
That's
would
up
this
to
be
him.
fiction, or would this be, like, insight?
I mean, it probably would be insight. I'm just asking Dobson, technically.
These are questions for Zach.
Zach, have you been caught in worse things? I'll do the insight check if you want.
I don't know if it's something that, like, well, yeah, I think it would be probably insight. I think yeah.
I'll give you the old man's squinty eyes as I try to assess what worse things you possibly could have been found in. 18. So you have not, I'll say. Has he? I don't know. Has he been found in worse things? I'll say incredulously. I'll say doubtingly. I'll say you have not. You were barely hanging on for dear life.
Well, from his perspective, that wasn't a bad situation yet.
Yet.
I think there's certainly situations that he considers himself worse situations that
I think he means
he believes he's been in.
We'll get on with it, lad. Spit any of them out, mister. I've been in far worse than a dissolving cube.
Well, so I'm used to stone and rock, right?
Are you asking me or telling me? I do not know you.
And I heard about this thing called quicksand. And I didn't understand how sand could be quick.
What I know of Quicksandian being a man of the sand.
Is quicksand even a thing in deserts? That's like a swamp thing.
It's a magical world. It could be. You tell me.
It has the word sand in it.
It's
True.
normally like.
And to be
understanding
fair,
is-
I'm a camel. Lots of things are quick to me, so
I'm gonna say, well, you've traveled through this swamp and encountered quicksand already, so
yeah, likely already here in the swamp.
yeah.
I would say we've all done that. I would say the gelatinous cube was scarier. Say I lost my saddlebag.
That was worse.
They're yeah.
Started
that was-
eating our gear. My hair was burnt with corrosive acid. What was worse than the cube, Dobson? Show me in your journal. I'm curious. I'm like looking over his shoulder, trying to see his like bestiary notes.
Well, hold on a second here.
I don't have much time. I'll say like very deliberately.
The sand, as I've discovered, can swallow you whole. And
There are
just
lots of things that can swallow you whole, to include a gelatinous cube.
suck you down into the earth.
Yes, yes. Is that scarier than being dissolved above it? Is it scarier to
Kinda.
see the world dissolve around you as you dissolve inside of a cube, or to not see anything at all as you die instantly? I wonder. You'll see him
I-
ponder.
I think both are kind of terrible.
This is a good point. Make sure that I'm dead before burying me. I'll say write that down in case I, never know when the time comes.
Camels prefer. And I'm scribbling. Camels prefer to be buried.
Dead. Yes, we do. We do. I'll agree. I would say it's almost a requirement among our people. I would say you should write that down as well. It's in poor taste, I'll say. Otherwise.
Burial rituals are common.
Yes. For the dead. I'll say again.
I don't
You
expand.
know,
further.
right? Yeah. I'll say for the dead, a little more like delivery.
Right. Yeah.
We bury our dead, Dobson.
Okay.
I'm not dead yet.
Proceeds to not add any more to the notes.
You worry me, child.
That sounds familiar.
What, you worrying something? Yeah. Fair. You get that a lot where you're from?
On occasion. Usually a daily one.
It's been a few days since I've said it, so... I think I did say you worry me, Dobson, before. What's your alignment?
What's alignment?
What's your character's alignment?
Is this something I'm too Pathfinder to understand?
Oh boy.
Chaotic neutral.
I love it. Alright, yeah, that makes sense. You're just on for the chaos. I love it. What are we doing? I'm in. That's why Erlich likes you, I think. It's like you're like down for the chaos. As long as I can explain why it's good, you'll do it. Like I'm the chaotic good, so I'm like, here's my thought process, and you're like, I don't need to hear that. Is what you're thinking. Like, you got a plan or half of one? I'm in. Dobson's the man. Anyhow, I mean, do we want to keep looking for a weak spot in the wall, or do we want to send Dobson up while we have this minute window? How often is the breaks in it, Dermo? You said the guards shift out, like the shift changes. How often?
So once you're in position, you have 1 minute to make the.
How often does it happen, though? Do we know?
Every, let's say 10 minutes.
Seems inefficient. These guys are immortal and they can't figure out a shift movement better than every 10 minutes.
It's pretty shit.
Yeah, it's pretty
Honestly.
shit. So 10%, like pretty much 9% of the time they're unguarded. It's like bad. That's like
Pretty bad numerical amount.
how have they lasted this long? I guess complacency is big. I guess in vampire culture.
Yeah, definitely. Both.
Like we like to romanticize vampires, but
Let's stop trying to stop the vampires. Let's just help them. Let's have a sit down and do a little PowerPoint presentation.
yeah, that'll get them motivated.
I think that's really
Do
that's really-
better.
Here's a 500 slide PowerPoint on why you guys are lacking as a people.
They don't even die from us fighting them. They die from killing themselves having to watch a 500-page PowerPoint.
They die from boredom. I'm like, and now you know how I feel about your security, and it's like they're all dead. It's like, did we win? But yeah, I guess those are our options. Yeah, we can keep looking for a weak spot, or we can try to crash the party in that minute gap. See if we can find something out up there at least real quick, and then send him back. Like, go in, check it out for 15 seconds, because you might have less than a minute. You never know. And then come back and tell us what you see on the other side, you know what I mean? Maybe. Or spend longer. Or spend longer, and then I can just send you messages from whatever prison cell you're in. I'm pretty familiar with Dobson, right? Those are your options. Like I said, we're chaos. I'm down for whatever. Dobson, you're your own man, brother. If you believe yourself to be a prisoner of your mind, I'm trying to convince you. You're like, I'm game. Say nothing else. Like, if you're a prisoner of your mind, you can never be a prisoner of the. I'll do it. I was like, okay then.
Urluk's like, if, and he's like, I'll do it.
I'm gonna put Blessing of the Trickster on him, which will last for an hour. It also means I can't give you a guidance, but you will have advantage on all stealth. Oh yeah, if you have guidance, give it to him.
I don't know if I have guidance. I have to look. I should have guidance, right? It's not, dude. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I have guidance. I'm gonna give it to him.
Something you'd have.
All right.
Cool. So your guidance for the next minute and your advantage on all stealth dex checks for the next hour.
But will he also invisible spider climb?
I mean, it'd be silly if he didn't.
It would. It probably would.
How long does the invisible spider climb last for? I didn't ask about the boots.
Spider climb is permanent.
Yeah, the invisibility lasts what, a minute? 10.
Wait
10,
a minute.
10 rounds.
If they're slippers, okay, and they're the types of slippers that don't have backs, like sandals,
Yes,
if you
you
try to
can slip
climb
out
up a
those.
wall, will you just fall out of the slippers? Do you have to
Yes.
like shimmy sideways
He has
or
to go
backwards?
The downside of magical items
You
when
have to
they're
have
not
like a
made-
really good core strength too to hold your body straight.
You know what? I appreciate the fact that this campaign's so well thought out.
We did spend 40 minutes arguing about find locate object.
I mean, I think we all left there learning something new
Oh yeah,
about
legend
lore.
lore.
Legend lore was cool.
That was the main takeaway.
Mm,
Learn legend lore.
Legend.
Definitely
lore.
gonna find out a way to get that because that seems like a nifty thing for Erla.
They're nifty.
Okay, so you may make a stealth check with advantage and guidance.
Nice.
Okay.
Possibly get double advantage.
Well, we're not
Yes,
playing
called
Ludus,
advantage.
so no.
Well, if we're
Double
going-
advantage is called regular advantage.
2 17s. Okay. 26. That's okay.
I am using my invisibility as
Hand
well.
P's invisible, so they have -5 to passive and disadvantage on active perception.
Unless they have detect,
Unless they have blind sight, in which case none of this shit matters.
Oh yeah, we didn't check that about the smell thing, did we?
No, not really. So smell is usually just going to be enveloped into perception unless they have like I guess if something had keen smell, then they would get +5 to their passive if they can conceivably like smell the thing. Anyway. Okay. Hopefully they don't have that either. So I love saying that like I don't know. So you after you get the signal from Dermo, you make yourself invisible, quickly run up with the slippers as quietly as you can, and you begin to shimmy up the wall until you see the large crumbled away portion. And you have dark vision, so you can see into the as you get up to the crumbled part on the outside of the wall. It's about 20 feet up. You peer into the wall and you can see that it's pretty much like empty, like dirty, sort of muddy in the interior of the wall.
Crocodile alligator.
It's nice. It doesn't look like there's any people down there, but you do see some rats scurrying around. You can also see from this vantage point that the wall is about... How thick is the wall? The wall is about 20 feet, so it's not like solid 20 feet, but it's like, you know, it's like a hollow 20 feet. So there's about, yeah, there's like a 20-foot width on the top of the wall.
Gotcha.
And it's hollow on the inside. You don't, within your, it's dark on the inside of the wall, obviously because it's covered. So you can't see like an opening in the inside that would lead into the interior of the city from here, but you can't see that far, so it's unclear if there's going to be a direct path through this way to the inside as of now.
I can't remember if you described the wall as having towers or not.
It does. Yeah, it has several watchtowers. So you guys have walked a few miles along its length now. There's about like a watchtower usually every like 100 feet. There's quite a few of them, and those are wooden construction sitting on top of the wall.
Oh, so they're not like the wall itself does not have watchtowers like that protrude from the front of the wall.
No.
Okay.
They're sitting on top of the wall.
Well, that's good for us because that means it's less well defended.
Yeah.
We knew that because of the guard shift times.
Have you ever had a
These
dream
guys are complacent.
that you had?
Well, another question. Did we see if this wall has machiculations?
Has what now?
They are easier if I send a picture.
I just looked up machiculations. Machiculations. That looks like the hole that they pooped out of.
That is the hole so that they could shoot arrows down at people who got to the wall.
Got to the murder.
Okay.
The murder holes.
Well, murder holes are specifically in gatehouses and stuff. The machiculations are...
They did not have them on the outside, for sure. You would have noticed by now. Are they on the inside?
They wouldn't normally.
They wouldn't be. Yeah, they're usually on the outside to drop.
Because they're for sieges.
Yeah. If you're dropping them on the inside, you already lost the wall.
Unless you're not trying to keep people out, but you're trying to keep people in.
True.
Which seems to be the theme of this wall.
So it's more
as
of a
you would
prison.
probably guess.
So we're on the other. We're on the non-decided, defended side of it.
Yeah. So like the outside where everybody else is right now. Yeah, there's not a whole lot that looks like it would be used for defending that side.
We should be looking at it like a prison then.
Yeah.
It seems like it. So, Yeah, you would
Who
indeed
breaks
see
into a prison, right?
the inside. I guess you haven't even made it to the top of the wall yet, so actually I don't know if you would be able to see this stuff from where you are right now. Because you're looking into the inside of the wall, like the
Yeah, the hollow
interior
portion.
unused hollow space.
Yeah. Where
So
About
you wouldn't be able to see this.
about
but
how
they do not
wide
have
is-
these on the outside of the
Okay.
surface of the wall.
how wide is the interior, the hollow portion?
We'll say 15 feet. 10 feet.
Ooh.
10 feet.
Okay, I was about to be like, ooh, thin walls. I like
Yeah,
this.
we'll say 10 feet. So it's a couple feet of stone on each side.
Yeah, that's about 5 feet on either
Each
side.
surface about 5 feet. I'll say.
Okay, well, it's still not the thickest walls, but we don't also don't really have siege equipment, so I guess that's not really. Okay. Can I because I have about a minute, right?
Yeah.
How much more time do I have?
It only took you about, say, 20 seconds to get up here.
Okay. Can I use another 10 seconds to try and get to the top of the wall and get as good of a look around as I can, specifically looking at wall defenses or ways to get in and out?
Yeah, let's say you spent another 10 seconds looking in the inside. You could spend another 10, say 5 to get to the top because you're pretty close to it right now.
Okay.
So you climb up to the top so that you can look at the top surface of the wall now. You don't see any people up here in the immediate vicinity. You would see from up here that there are I don't know the medieval terminology, but there's more defensive structures indeed on the inside. So there's slits in the railing where you could look through or throw projectiles or shoot sling a spell through the gaps at people
Arrow slits.
inside the city. Arrow slits. And I guess there would also be these machicolations.
Machiculations?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's some
those.
in there.
Machiculations.
Yep. They are on the inside, facing the city.
Okay. Does it look like there's any entrances to the hollow portion of the wall from what I can see here? From the inside?
Entrances into the hollow portion from the top surface of the wall?
From ground level on the interior or on the inside?
You're on the top of the wall right now, though.
True. Well, I mean, I could lean over.
Okay, so you want to go
Although I also
across the top of the wall and look down.
if I have time, I still want to give myself time to get out of here.
Yeah, you are at 20 seconds left.
Okay. With 20 seconds left,
And that is about how long it took you to get up here.
yeah, I'm probably going to vacate the area at this point then,
Okay.
because I do not want to get caught.
You do that, and by the time you get back down to the ground, you're just hitting your feet on the ground, you look over and you see a sentry coming from the south heading in your direction. Doesn't appear to have spotted you, and you are also invisible, so you quickly scurry back into the nearby woods, and it does not seem like you were spotted.
Don't think I'm going to bail just yet. I just want to get
Okay.
back to the bottom of the wall,
Okay.
and I'm going to, because Dermo said it was about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait about another 10 minutes and then go back up.
Okay. Make a make an intelligence check
Okay.
to accurately count out 10 minutes. Because you have a pretty small window.
Wouldn't you see the guards changing?
Not necessarily. So Dermo's the only one that studied the pattern
Hmm.
to know it well.
Would he still be studying it?
Okay, so you counted out. Dobson has not gone back to the party to communicate with them.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
Like, and they can't even see him. So you counted out, and you think you've got it, and you begin your window again.
This time I'm going to give myself more like 40 seconds just to allow for some room of error. And I'm also going to keep an eye out for approaching guards.
Okay.
My goal this time is I want to get to the top of the wall and go look down the other side and see if I can spot any any sort of entrances to the wall from the inside.
Okay. So you climb back up there.
I don't know if it would help, but I could make you invisible.
What?
I said I don't know if it would help, but for your scouting, I can make you fine. If you're
I already
going
am.
Here it is. And he's got advantage on stealth, so he's like crushing it right now.
Great.
As good as it gets for a goblin, I think.
Okay, so let's actually I'm gonna have you do another stealth check.
Okay.
In part because your guidance will have worn off now because it's been longer than 1 minute.
Fair.
You still have the advantage though. Alright, that's pretty much the same. So, you head back up. It takes, actually, will you get to the top and be able to come back down 40 seconds? I don't think so. Because it took you 25 seconds worth of your time last time just to get to the top.
Although time I was also
I
going
guess,
for the hollow
yeah,
part
you were
first.
coming from let's say you get to the top within 15 seconds. You're pretty quick this time.
Okay.
Rush over to the other side in a negligible amount of time. Have a look down to see if there's a hole in the wall or something on the inside.
A hole in the wall
from-
where the goblin can see it all.
So looking at the wall from this side, actually make a perception check here.
Okay.
Let's see if the goblin can really see it all through the hole
See
in the
if
wall.
if he does see it all or not.
Indeed.
So it's a little hard to tell. So looking down, the wall seems to be a little more in better shape on this side. Like just in general, like the amount of wear and missing pieces. You don't happen to see within like 60 feet or so a place where you could emerge through the other side from where the party is right now.
Fair. Then I will immediately bail.
Okay. You make it back down. Let's see. What did I say? It was 15 seconds. Then we'll say like 5, 20. Yeah, you make it back down about with the same timing as the previous time. So you were off by about. You were actually off by about 20 seconds. So it is a good thing that you gave yourself more leeway.
And then I'm gonna wait until approximately when the guard changes again before I make my way back to the party.
Okay.
Or not changes, but you know.
Yeah, okay. So you run on back into the woods, still invisible, and rejoin with the party.
The outside does not have a lot of traditional defenses, but the interior does have such. I believe that it is more of it's not so much a siege wall as a prison wall. From what I can see, there's no. From what I could see, there was no easy way into the interior, the inside of the wall from, from the hollow section of it. But there's, I think, our short of finding a gate or something. I think this dipped section, or finding someplace where maybe it, it's, if we really want to spend the time to investigate more of the wall and try and find a weaker portion, our best bet might be to go into the hollow section here and try and look for a way in there.
Is this something you believe I could do?
What?
I'm like a big camel. You're gonna be able to find a hole in the wall big enough for me?
Well, the section here is.
To
Well,
slide in?
I should uh, clarify. From what was described, it sounds like it's the section here is like from the outside is what if you if you
It's
can get
pretty
the 20
large,
feet
yeah.
up, you could fit in, get into
Yes.
the interior. Yeah.
It's a large hole on the outside here.
Alright, yeah,
So-
we could probably make it then.
The hard part would be getting him up
Yeah,
and
just-
in.
Would be kind of a little difficult to get up.
Urluk would express he's a rather adequate jumper.
Oh yes.
You'd be surprised, he says.
You gotta give him like fly or something. That'd be funny.
No, we need to give him like long strider and like
Long
and
strider and jump.
and jump, yeah. So he's just like super fast, and he can just yeet a jump 30 feet. That's the combo we need to give him. I once saw a camel fly. He ran so fast, so far, and then jumped high enough where he just flew. The whole team combo, like long strider, jump, and fly combo on him. I'll believe that when I see camels fly, and it's like, well, let me tell you the story of Urluk, the flying camel. Are we about wrapping up session though? It's getting close to that
Yeah,
time.
we can theorize over the week and come back here next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a dangerous one.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Cool. Let's do our 3 favorites.
Yeah, Danny's asleep already, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan-
Oh my god, he didn't say anything. He might actually be.
Danny,
No.
say nothing if you fell asleep. Say something if
fall
you fell
asleep.
asleep as well. See, he sounds
I-
like he's asleep.
I got you. I'm still listening. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, for the next 3
Okay.
minutes until you pass out.
Of course.
Oh, now we can't hear him.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Yeah, no worries. You got like 180 seconds, and then we lose you for the night.
All right, we're just doing.
Why do I
Right,
smell
hold on.
fire?
I might have to join my. Okay, here we go. So, let's do 3 favorites. Favorite thing another player did. I like that at the beginning of the session, according to my notes. I like that Shab goes out of his way, but very interesting, isn't it? That
I
you
didn't
know.
hear him.
Can you guys hear me?
You're
mic
cutting in and
cutting
out,
in and out, yeah.
possibly because you're being a little quiet.
Oh, hold on. I'm switching to mic.
I didn't hear what he's switching to. We cut out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, much better.
Right, I'm so sorry about that. This should be clear now.
Yeah, it's
Um,
better.
Yes.
It's
so
clearly
the first
better.
one, for my 3 favorite things, for what other person did, I absolutely adore that Shab will get the most outlandish but also mundane things in his inventory. It just really makes the character feel alive. What character has cumin and salt and hot sauce in their character?
I mean, yeah.
Right. It's absolutely crazy. But again, it makes the character feel more real. Like these are just things they would have as a traveler.
Hmm.
And it's just seeing those puts the stupidest smile on my face.
It's just fleshing out characters is so much fun for me. Yeah, I love it.
It's really cool. Right. Um the second bit, my favorite thing that I did, I liked how I explained the weaponry and such to the individuals in Bergerath. Um, that was a little bit earlier. I like being flavorful with my in character Zephylos nerding out when he talks about ancient artifacts and stuff. You know, he's going through the steps of how he made it, story note by story note, and that's always fun with Zephylos. And then my favorite thing the GM did. I like that you're very faithful to how it is getting to Meiyerditch in the game of like we got to the wall. There's no big iron doors or anything like that.
right.
It's just wall, like horizon.
Just a wall.
literally gonna be a session and a half of us just looking for a way in.
This is the classic average
it really
D&D
is.
session. Just
so good.
all right,
It's-
you're there. There's a wall.
What'd you expect? You didn't show up where a gate
Yeah.
was. You're at a wall. Go look for a fucking entrance, guys.
Yeah.
Love it.
So that just
No,
I
so
love
good.
it.
Which I guess goes into my highlights. Soccer.
It's amazing when I read somewhere like a few years ago, somebody was on Reddit or something probably like, don't present your players with like a scheme and like a problem and then like come up with the solutions that they could take. Just give them a problem and let them figure it out. Like,
figure it
okay, here's a wall.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, like literally a wall, like not even like
It's just a wall.
not even like
It's just
not
a
even
wall.
like
It's-
as a trope.
It's
Here's a
guarded.
wall.
It's tall.
Congratulations, you
there you
found
go.
a city.
Figure it
Here's a
out.
wall. Godspeed. What do? You get over it. You fucking find a way and you get over it. Yeah, no. So my highlights. For the DM, I liked the dialogue with Valif and what's the other guy's name? I can't remember. It's got like you know what I'm talking about in the Myreque. But I like that they were like investigating the weapon and that like they wanted to like put one in the hands of all their troops as like an immediate first measure. You know what I mean? And obviously sourcing that mithril is gonna be a task. But and the silver out here probably. But I like that the Myreque were like immediately taking to action with our information, which is like, I mean, we hear and we see and we report on our own things, you know, but like it's nice to see like the information that we're giving being immediately taken to heart, not just like written down and sent somewhere else. You know what I mean? But they expected our weapons. I like that little element. I don't know why. Even though like it did end up getting redacted that I wouldn't have been down there and I was above the hatch. I liked the kind of genuine interest in our discovery and the playful taunting. I guess my highlight would have been the playful taunting with the Myreque, about how it takes Zerosians to save the Ceradominus and stuff like that. Like I do like teasing them. And then something that someone else did. Man, I like Dobson. The Dobson lore goes thick, and we're getting pieces of it. I like that he somehow. I would like to know what was worse than a gelatinous cube, for one. I also like that I could not get him to write down that we only bury our dead, and that it's not just all the camels. If I wake up and you're burying me alive, Dobson, that's a really. I don't know if you're a person, but we're gonna find out if the whole person spell works on goblins. We're gonna see if this command spell works for goblins too.
Yeah.
Like say sorry, say you're not gonna do it again. Now slap yourself in the face to knock yourself out of the spell. Good. Yeah, those are my highlights. Eventually, like the chaos of Urlok and the chaos of Dobson are just going to be too much, I'm sure. But it hasn't stopped the DM yet, so here we are, trucking along. I am the moth, and he is the moth, and I am the flame. Come to me, my child. The chaos is ready for us.
I can go next on that note.
There you go, Dobson.
My favorite thing that the GM did was assuming the best of the party. When
Can't do that.
like assuming that they're actually reasonably competent. Specifically, that we would actively not just walk up to the wall, that we would hang back outside of the sentry's, reasonably outside of the sentry's view, looking while we were traversing along the wall. Some GMs are like, "Well, you didn't tell me that you weren't getting close to the wall, so I just kind of thought you would." And I appreciate when GMs take the treat the PCs as competent adventurers. Even as hard as we tried to prove him wrong.
Despite our best efforts, we are proving ourselves competent.
My favorite thing that another player did was, boy, I really miss Zephylos being here to lead the party, so it was real nice to have Zephylos back for that social encounters with the Myreque.
Oh yes. Literally just explaining what happened.
Yeah, that's. I mean, like, if I had any other character, I wouldn't mind doing that bit, but with that's just not the shit Dobson cares about.
I mean, was spokesperson Dermo that bad for a session?
No, definitely not.
No,
It worked.
it definitely required, I think, a shift in
Yeah,
the
we needed.
usual.
I mean, I think we all did a good job playing Zephyros
roles.
last week.
Yeah.
The weekend at Bernie's, yeah.
We weekend at Bernie's them, and I think it was great. Once you watch that VOD, you're really gonna have a better understanding of your characters.
We had Dermalo. We had
And also, there should be 2¼ square inches of skin missing from the back of one of your legs.
Oh my god, yes! I forgot about that.
Dobson can explain it, but he hasn't opted to yet.
I'm sorry, what?
You were here.
All you would know is he's been in a very, very good mood with you, and he's been willing to do a lot more than he was before.
Jesus Christ.
A lot of questions there. We'll let you figure that one out with Dobson later.
And then my favorite thing that I did was Dobson being completely convinced that quicksand is one of the worst things you could be found in over a gelatinous cube.
Well, it's twice as intimidating when you're half the size, right?
Yeah. So yeah, those are my 3.
I'll go next. A favorite thing that I did.
Son.
Let's see. What did I even do?
DM'd, I think.
I guess just creating a problem without really creating a solution, and just putting it in front of you is
Yeah.
nice. It not only does it cut back on prep time needed when I don't have to come up with the solutions to my own problems, but it's fun to see you guys try to figure it out, even if it takes a while.
It shouldn't take too long. We'll figure it out.
Hopefully it doesn't.
We'll figure it out.
3 sessions later.
3 sessions later to get to the other side.
Let's just remember we're being paid by the day, not the job.
Mhm.
We can make a government job of this.
Something that you guys did. Teaming up to put all the buffs on the invisible spider
I love
climbing
it. Yeah, that was
scout is great.
Secret
And-
Goblin.
I feel like Zach had some good one-liners today, but then I forgot what they were.
I feel like I had some too, and they got
What was the funny
dismissed.
one that he said?
He didn't
I guess
have
they weren't
any
that good,
character.
huh?
Yeah, they probably weren't that good.
The only one I can remember was the dementia door.
Yeah,
The-
that's
oh,
the
yeah.
one. That's the
So
one.
that was my
That one.
out of character highlight was the
That one.
dementia door, and also I like the DM made the dementia potion.
Yeah.
Potion
good.
of cure dementia.
I'll never touch it.
I think I removed it already.
Zeros gave me dementia for a reason, to make me my best self. My memory wasn't
Amazing.
important. My memories aren't important to me being my best self.
Well, you know what? It's because Zeros cares more about the future than the past.
That's not true.
About fate, my man. Fate's
That's
not in the
not
past.
true. If I learned anything from History Channel, it's that if we don't learn from History Channel, we're doomed to repeat History Channel.
We're doomed to repeat Ice Road Truckers.
Yeah. If History Channel taught me anything besides the history of Ice Road Truckers and the culture of Ice Road Truckers, it's that if we don't learn from History Channel, we're doomed to repeat History Channel. For sure.
Those are my things.
Yeah, I like your things.
Welcome. It is I, Dermo. I will
Wow.
start with the DM. I appreciate that even though we've been going on this for over a year now,
Mm-hmm.
you still let us kind of just do shit. You know, we're not in a run of time, and
Right.
and it's definitely noticeable because you know you're not forcing us or cutting out a lot of content. I feel like we're still following the same path, even though we're on session 52.
40, yeah, 52? Sheesh.
This was 51
Yeah.
by my count.
I mean, we're pretty much, it's easy game when we run it and the DM doesn't just have, he can just sit back and let us roleplay. I'm sure he's not going to complain about it.
Per se,
Half the time we get stuck in sidebars about other stuff related to RuneScape anyways, so.
Yeah, I feel like it would have been easy though to just say, hey, you know, this has
Back
gone on
on
for
it.
a long time. Let's cut the shit. Now you're at the front gate. But I feel like we've had a very natural progression, even though we've gone about the speed of a slug who is crippled.
The DM is patient. An impatient DM, you know, puts you at the gate. A patient DM's like, fuck it, figure out your own shit. I don't care. Make it
How long will
3
we watch?
sessions, 5 sessions. My idiot party can't get past a wall. And we're that idiot party.
The best kind of party.
I mean, in our defense, we're essentially a wizard leading an elderly camel, an inquisitive goblin who's more obsessed with obscure beast traits, and
The what are we gonna call Dermo? Let's call Dermo an Eru with personality disorder and identity crisis, body dysmorphia, whatever you want to call it. Body dysmorphia probably makes the most sense. Sure, that works for me.
Yeah, so like us taking a little longer to figure things out, you know, reasonable. Zephylos is pretty much working on his own here to get it all figured out, and he's got us holding him one of his arms back.
Hey, you know what? Who needs 2 arms anyway?
Certainly not Zephylos. That's why he mage armors, to protect himself with one arm.
Well,
Speaking of, you might notice a 2 1/4 inch piece of skin on the back of one of your arms missing. Dobson might have some answers about that. Also, you've noticed Dobson has been in a particularly good mood lately.
Let's
Keep
not
going.
talk about that.
Keep going. Like how many skin grafts can you take from Zephylos? Every time you miss a session, Zephylos, he takes a piece of your skin. We don't know where it goes. We don't know what he does. It's just missing. It's gone. He has no explanations for you.
I don't think there's proof that Dobson has done such a thing yet.
No, but that'd be great. Proof,
Doesn't
right?
he-
There's no proof of it. He's not. Notice there's no denying. There's just also no plausible deniability, is what it is.
Hey, look, you haven't caught me, have you?
You can't prove that Dobson's doing that, but I also am not saying that he's not doing it. I'm just saying prove it before you make such claims.
Well, I'm not a fucking
You're gonna come at me correct, Dobson says. Also, if you've seen a couple skin samples laying around, please return them to Dr. Dobson at the nearest convenience.
The nearest possibility. I don't care about convenience. Your convenience.
Yeah. Return them ASAP. Anyways, I'll be in my lab. You have a lab? What? we're in a swamp.
Well, there is a
Don't
lab
worry
in-
about it.
Don't worry about it, right? This is the plot thickens forever. I love it. Every question we get answered by Dobson, 4 more appear. We're just like, I want to stop asking questions because it's just confusing me more.
My favorite thing that another player did is, I don't know, I like the idea of Secret Agent Dobson.
It's so good.
And you know, we hook him up like he's literally just trapezing his way
Mission
through life.
Impossible. Yeah, I had him like, I had him in my head like Mission Impossible style.
I think that's the way it should be. I don't think there's a better alternative, to be completely honest.
If you're
Just-
gonna have a Dobson, a Dobson
You know?
in your party, you might as well, you know?
Yeah, I feel like it wouldn't have worked, but needless. Okay.
It's almost criminal to not hoist the goblin up magically.
Yeah.
We
Absolutely.
need to give him haste, long stride. We just like I want to see the 250 movement per turn goblin.
At that point, like we can just yeet him places.
Yeah, how much does he weigh? Can we? Oh, none of us are. He's the strongest person in our party, so not doing that. Yeet himself. Yeah, you're an artificer, right? Magically make yourself a catapult to yeet yourself. Boom, problem solved.
Wrong character.
Oh yeah.
Dermodile is I don't know, I like that you know, his ability to be a support character, even though he's not like a healer or anything, but he is very supportive emotionally. No. No, like just, you know, whenever possible, he kind of like takes lead during like the swamp navigation. He takes lead in like perception on like, hey, what's going on at the top of this wall, you know, so on and so forth. Just being a support character doesn't mean that you're useless. And, you know, kind of like Overwatch or something. Yeah. It's a valued member of the team that goes often forgotten, but I respect them and appreciate them.
I pretty much only play support in games.
Yeah. That is my 3 likable moments.
Cool. I
Danny's
think
been
that's
asleep.
everybody. So I am
Todd,
gonna get going.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thank you,
most
Jim.
of that. Thank you
Yeah.
very much for running.
Appreciate the game.
Yep.
Talk to you soon.
Bye bye.